All right, here we are, episode 8. Abomination Vault's goodness. About to get started tonight, folks. Another Sunday. Got a full house tonight. We should have about 6 players in the session tonight. Looking forward to that. Including my nephew. He will be joining us, and his character will be introduced at the appropriate time tonight. So, yeah, we're going to have about 6 players. Let me double check all our settings here before we get started and introduce some of the players tonight. Elias, since we're in conversation here, go ahead and introduce yourself. What's going on?
I'm Elias. Well, my name's Rachel. I play Elias. He's a human champion, and he's gonna have some heavy-duty healing to do on everybody. He's getting those hands ready.
Yes, he is. Dane, what do you think about that? What role do you play in this?
I'm frontline combatant, sword and board. Hi guys, I'm Kyle. I play Dane, and I am still alive despite efforts from the GM to otherwise. The staring blue lights didn't affect me, and we're going back for more.
Oh, come on. Let's get our maps loaded. Patrick, you're returning once again. It's good to see you playing Farley Tell. What's going on with you, my friend?
Oh, nothing's going on right now other than the Super Bowl in the background.
Ah.
But I got it on mute for now.
Little distraction. Okay. Byron, you're with us tonight too. How you doing?
Hey guys, I'm Byron, and I play Ramir. I'm just glad to be here and enjoy the company on the Super Bowl Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know anything about it.
Nope, I have absolutely zero interest. But next up is Zion. He's making his second appearance. We introduced him last week, I think, last episode 7. Yeah, he's gonna reappearing tonight. He's playing a. Let's see if I get this right. I believe he is an elven sorcerer who dabbles in a little alchemy on the side. See how that plays out. Okay. I hope you guys are ready. Episode 8 is not going to be easy for you guys. I hope you're ready. It's going to get nasty. And again, my nephew will be joining at the appropriate time once he gets in here, playing his character, which we'll introduce at the right time. All right, picking up where we left off. If you guys recall, you just got returned from the Gauntlight, a little exploring. That's soon after getting back. All of a sudden, this great blue beam appeared in the sky, and it centered on the Otari graveyard, which is overlooking the Dawnflower Library or Temple. And all of a sudden, there was dogs howling, screams of terror and horror as the undead were rising from their graves. You went to investigate, and you saw zombies, skeletons rising, wandering all around the cemetery. You did battle with them, and you defeated them. Just then, the light, the blue light from the Gauntlight, reappeared. And as it did so, so also did this strange pony-sized creature, spider-like creature that Farley identified as being a scalathrax, I believe? Yeah, a scalathrax. It made this sudden appearance and attacked, and you also had to defeat that, which you did, burning it to cinders. And Rinsavixi made her appearance at the conclusion of the battle. So did the mayor of Otari, Mayor Osef Minimes. He was greatly concerned. What's going on here? What is this? The Gauntlight is coming alive. It's raising the dead. Creatures are appearing. We can't have this going on. And after a little meeting with Rin and the mayor, you come to the conclusion that something must be done. The mayor, with the town's backing, has hired the companions to go off to the Gauntlight to find out what's going on and put an end to it, because you can't have the undead rising from the graveyard. You can't have creatures materializing in town square out of nowhere. Something's got to be done. You've agreed. You've sharpened your blades, prepared your shields, got your spells memorized. You're going to set forth once again back into the Gauntlight as a group, the companions, and put an end to this right away. It's currently around midnight. The battle with the undead has ceased. Silence has somewhat returned. Calm and peacefulness has somewhat returned to Atari. After the meeting with Rin, you've gathered yourselves together at the Rowdy Rockfish. Seems to be your normal spot to hang out and make plans. It's closing in on midnight. There's a decent-sized crowd here, but yeah, there's a lot of talk about what happened, what's going to happen next, and a lot of eyes come to the companions and look in their direction, wondering what's going to happen. Are they going to put an end to this? There's a lot of curiosity going on. And again, you're gathered around your table. We have Farley Tell, we have Elias, Dane, of course, and a new companion who joined them in the battle, was actually attacked earlier in the cemetery all by himself. That's Zion, mysterious elf, who has also tagged along with these companions to find out what's going on. Did I miss anybody? Oh yes, Ramirez. He's easy to forget. He slips into the shadows often. But he too was involved in the battle, and he too has joined the companions here at the Rowdy Rockfish Inn. So, tell me, Ramirez, you're kind of seated apart from the companions. You can hear them. You tend to be a little bit distant from others anyway. But what's on your mind as the companions have gathered together late at night at this point to discuss your plans for the coming day? What's going on?
Ramirez approaches the party at the table and broaches the subject. What's everyone's ideas about what we need to do?
You guys can feel free to discuss your plans, thoughts, observations. Remember, you're all pretty injured and beaten up. Not all of you, most of you are. That'll be a consideration as to what you do next as well.
I have my thoughts about what to do, but after the conversation with Brandon, the way she described her reaction to when I forcefully suggested that she come along with us and bring her magic, she declined. That was alarming to me.
Yes, I certainly took notice of that. That she quickly declined it, but I don't see any reason why Rin would hide something vital like that to us. Hide anything like no information other than her being afraid.
Mm-hmm.
And who's to blame her? Look at the things we've encountered so far. Cobalt tornadoes and blood piles. I don't blame her. But I think it's clear we have to go back.
Question is how the bridge was destroyed when we carried fallen dwarf across it. The bridge collapsed. So how do we get back in?
Don't let that river deceive you. I've already skipped across it. It wasn't so bad. And Elias looks at Farley, who had previously fallen in it.
Yeah, but that water's got a smell to it, and I've just cleaned these clothes.
Well, I definitely think we should all get patched up and rested before we go back and rearm and resupply ourselves.
It's quite late. I don't think any of us want to be stumbling around in a ruin half asleep.
I agree.
You make an excellent point. But while I'm here, Farley, give me an arm.
What?
I intend to relieve you of some of the pain of your injuries. I noticed you were had kind of a tough time in that last encounter.
Um, certainly. I guess I'll hold out my arm while you attempt to patch it up. I'm assuming that's what you're trying.
Yeah, so Elias lays his hands upon Farley's arm and kind of says like a little prayer, takes a swig of his ale and then says a little prayer, and he uses his lay on hands, imbues them with good magic to heal you 6 hit points.
Oh, okay. Do you choose how many hit points you can expend?
It is uh base 6 hit points, but once I heighten it, I get like another 6, I think, but that won't be until I level.
Okay. I was just curious how it worked. I hadn't read up on it yet.
Nope, and now it'll take another 10 minutes of prayer meditation, although the refocus thing is kind of vague depending on like your class and stuff, but basically I have to set aside 10 minutes to get that focus point back, and then I'll be able to heal again.
Yeah. To get your focus pool back, or is it just one focus point? I don't remember what it is. I think it's your whole pool. You have to take the refocus action, which takes 10 minutes, and it's described as, okay, you take 10 minutes to devote to your deity, do your religious things. In your case, that's what
Does
it is.
drinking count since
Sure it
Caden
does.
is my
Sure it does.
god?
Sure it does.
I shall spend 10 minutes drinking my ale.
That'll work. Caden would be pleased.
I picked the best god, and I cheer, raise my glass to the sky, to the ceiling there, and then take another drink.
There you go. That's the refocus.
Yes.
But in a righteous way.
Yeah.
Yes.
So here we are. What are your plans? Are we going to do some healing? Yeah, Farley got a little healing back. Good. You did a refocus, Elias, correct?
Yes, I am currently praying. Everyone else can talk while I do that.
So you're all good. How's Zion? Zion could use a few points. I'll tell you what. What is your intention? Do you want to like do some healing, get the sleep, and then get up at like daybreak or whenever is appropriate and begin the day preparing and making your way back? Is that the intention? Because
Well, it's a good plan.
I
If-
believe
I
so,
think
yeah.
so.
all right, in
Yeah.
that case,
We need to get resupplied.
everybody give yourself full hit points. All right, we'll take you right back to the next day. Just max out, because you do have the capability of getting all your hit points back in one evening of rest, as well as medicine checks, which we'll assume are successful, and Elias with his devotion, lay on of hands. So you can do that. So we can speed ahead to a couple hours past daybreak. Okay. Let me change the clock now that I mention it. A couple hours. Boom. There we go. So you guys look at your clock, you'll see what time approximately it is. Dane?
Yes, sir.
It was a confusing night, for sure. You make your way back to your room. the Rowdy Rockfish Inn. Store your armor, keeping your sword close by. You're feeling a little bit better. You've been healed a little bit. Feel good. Gonna get a good night's sleep. Probably feel a lot better. But you have a sense of unease about you as you head up into the darkness of your chamber, the small candle lit in the corner. It takes about an hour lying there before sleep does actually hit you, or so you think. You find yourself rolling, tumbling, grabbing at the pillow and the blankets. It's very uncomfortable. You think you're asleep, but then you're not. You're awake and your eyes pop open. You're still awake. But eventually, the blackness that surrounds you changes. Your eyes are focused on something even more darker. Something more sinister. You swear you hear screams. You hear the clash of swords. Visions start to fill your mind. Visions of the horror of your past. You remember Sir Robard, your mentor. You were not a knight, but you were a soldier at Lastwall as they fought against the undead. Robard was your hero. He was your mentor. One day you were going to be a knight of Lastwall. With his teaching, that would have come to pass. But the attacks of the undead and the dark forces, the knights that fell, the battles and the villages that were burned, the undead rising, it all is starting to come back to you. You can see the visions in your mind. Sir Robard standing beside you on one particular night at the village of Mill Pass. You remember Mill Pass. There must be 500-600 innocent souls that lost their lives that night. Only a handful escaping. You, Robard, other soldiers, and of course a handful more of knights of Lastwall joining you, trying to rescue these people from the onslaught. You see this replay itself over and over, the grabbing of the undead at your arms and your legs as you fend them off with sword. You hear a scream, and you look to your left and you see Robard standing alone, surrounded by these undead, ghastly creatures, tearing at his flesh. He falls to a knee. His sword drops. You begin to move towards him to see what you can do, but then a hand grabs you on the shoulder and pulls you back. You turn around abruptly, not sure who it is, but it's another fellow soldier. We must go. Come on. Dane, come on, we must go. The knights will stand for us. We need to get away. Hesitatingly, forcefully, they pull you away from the scene, and you do turn your back on your friend, Sir Robard, leaving him to his fate. Suddenly, you scream and sit upright in your bed. You're covered with sweat. You are soaking. You start to look around. The candle is only about an inch high now. It is melted, almost going black around you. It was a dream. It was a nightmare. You've had these before, these haunting nightmares from your past. You remember that night at Mill Pass, the falling of Robard, your good friend. It's haunted you ever since. You were an aspiring knight, but ever since Robard's death, You have not looked so positively towards what is good in life. You've questioned whether you would ever be fit to serve as a knight of Lastwell. Soldier, perhaps, but a knight? You've tried to escape these nightmares and escape what happened, and you found yourself now at the Isle of Kortos, this little backwater village known as Atari. You wonder what you're doing here. And then you think about the battle with the undead you just had this night. You fall back down into your bed, staring into the ceiling. Anything but a restful evening. You close your eyes. Elias, you pull yourself up from your bed, the crow's casks, bright and early, as you do, as is your practice. The sun is shining. It's a bright day. Oh yes, we're going to the Gauntlight. You're actually pretty excited to do so. You pack all your gear, you grab your sword, and make yourself ready and head for the Rowdy Rockfish to meet your friends at daybreak. That's what the plan was. And you make your way. Farley, you've gathered yourself at the Rowdy Rockfish at your table. It's early morning. The smell of fresh bacon and breads fills the air. You're sitting there enjoying a morning ale, as well as perhaps some of that bacon, whatever your preference might be. 6 feet away at a separate table, you see the cloaked image of your friend Ramirez, his feet on the top of the table, stretched out as he does. You see entering the front doors, there's only maybe a couple people in here at the moment. You see entering suddenly through the front doors Elias, who once again enters with a profound greetings and joins you at the table. You gather yourselves, you have your breakfast, you begin talking and muttering to yourselves about your plans for the day. Time to get moving, time to get this going. Then approaches Dane down the steps. He looks a little bit beleaguered, a little bit, he's got his stuff with him. He looks like he's okay, but it looks like his mind just isn't there at the moment. Dane, you approach the table, you grab your seat, grab a morning ale, and maybe scarf down a piece of bread and meat that Farley has ordered for the group. What do you say to your friends as you join them at the table?
Dane would first and foremost down the entire pitcher of mead, just chugging it down. Look around everybody. Morning. Still trying to shake off some semblance of sleep.
And everybody
Morning.
got your 8 hours, so if you want to prepare your spells, Farley, and your spell slots, Zion, all that good stuff, do that. You're at full, so get that organized. And if anybody wants to make any preparations by buying some extra equipment, arrows or whatever, we can do that now. So talk that over, and then we'll move forward. Give me a minute.
We definitely need healing potions. We need to stock up on that.
Bought 2 flasks of oil to set fire underneath the blood pit. Mages, people capable of using fire. If throw doesn't work, you can set fire to these and hopefully it'll help.
You said we need healing potions, right? I made these this morning, and she kind of rummages through his backpack and pulls out 4 healing potions. They're not much, but I would like to help.
An alchemist, how resourceful.
I just dabble. It's not the traditional alchemy I used to.
I don't think we properly introduced. I'm Dane.
No, we really haven't. I'm Zion.
Nice to have an alchemist. See, you have 4 potions. That'll be enough for everyone.
Yes, yes. I do not like to see my allies get hurt. I definitely like to heal. But in fact, I know the heal spell. It is my most frequent spell. I even have, well, from my bloodline, I have spells that boost my healing. So, anything to keep you guys alive, I'll try.
Yes.
Excellent.
If the need be, we will have to wait for tomorrow, or if we want to prep for tomorrow, I can also make antidotes, anti-plagues, holy water, and vaccines. So, just let me know what we need.
Very
An
good.
elixir of life if we take poison damage.
I don't know about life, but we'll get there all the way.
It sounds like you're prepared, though. Thank you.
Yes, yes. Well, don't think me. Think the order.
What order?
How do you pronounce it? Is it malice or like
Malice.
malice? All right, I think that's correct. The order of malice, of course. We do like to give. In fact, the other night, you know that creature we slaughtered. I cooked up its meat and gave it around to some of the homeless people.
What?
Well, of course, I purified it.
You did what?
What? Was that a problem?
Elias spits out some of his ale. Just out
Well,
of shock.
we should always try and help others, you know? Got rid of the corpse, and, you know, it's a good use. You should always use the things that you leave lying around.
Zion, you need to go make some more healing potions. That would be the best thing you need to do.
I can't. I can only make 4 every day, and even then they expire when it's time to make new ones. They're not the best. I don't know how to make the traditional ones. I just,
Well,
I
thank
kind
you
of
for
steal
thank
from
you for,
others.
thank you for telling us that detail. That's important to know that they expire upon use.
Well, yeah, I guess. I mean, you use them, can't be used again.
Is that what you just said, or you can
Yeah,
only make 4 a day?
4 a day. Well, 4 total things a day.
Well, with our track record, they'll surely be used before the day's through.
Right. We need more.
I have one of my personal ones that I bought from a store a while ago. It's quite expensive, you know.
I recommend everyone at least have 2 minor healing potions on their person before we go back to the Gauntlight.
Elias totally avoids eye contact with Ramirez and the group. He has no money.
Yeah.
So at the idea of like purchasing something, he's just like do 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 do.
We no. I noticed all that. We're gonna go to Ren, and Ren is gonna supply us. And if she doesn't, we're gonna use her to buy us things. If she doesn't want to participate physically, she's gonna fund this expedition.
Ren
Maybe
isn't-
we could go to the mayor, too.
Yes,
The mayor-
I think that's a great idea. I would
Dane
love
is
to
just
meet the mayor.
staring at Zion right now.
Zion,
Ah,
He did
Fine.
offer some sort of discount.
who is this kid?
kid, what kid?
Apparently, someone who desecrates the fallen.
Desecrates? No. I simply put to use, you know? Make sure it's not going to waste, and it's better than it rotting there and spreading the plague into the air.
So what else can you make, Zion?
Like I've said, I can make vaccines, holy water, anti-plagues, antidotes, elixirs of life, anything that can really help people, you know? I really like to help.
Pretend,
Which is why
pretend you're not. Pretend you're not. Pretend for one moment you're not talking to a healer. Explain what those things do.
okay,
In
so
common, please.
okay, so I have things that can prevent diseases, I have things that cure diseases, I have things that cure poison, I have holy water, which is like water but blessed, and it hurts undead and other unholy creatures. Elixirs of life. How would I describe that? It basically boosts your life essence, makes you, well, more you.
How long would it take you to prepare those things?
10 minutes, but I'd have to basically scrap my healing potions and start over all over.
Duly noted. Thank you.
But then I also have to take another 10 minutes. And, wait, actually, never mind. Never mind. That's wrong character. Nope. That's the dead one. I'm a spontaneous caster
Oh.
now. Yeah. Oh, I'm spontaneous. I don't have to prepare spell slots. Woohoo. So yeah, just 10 minutes and I'll be ready to go. But I already did it before we got here. So, we're all good there.
Does anyone need any weapons? Bigger weapons?
I don't use weapons to attack.
You don't need a weapon?
I don't use weapons to attack. I mean, I
Hmm.
have a weapon, but it's mainly used for carving up corpses and harvesting organs. Not really anything good to stab with. I mean, you could stab with it. It stabs really nicely, but it's better used for dead things, not making things dead. I have magic for that.
Does anyone need any armor?
I can't wear armor, but thank you.
Anyone else need armor? Weapons?
I am all equipped. Thank you.
You can buy anything, common items from the core rulebook. Whatever you need, do that now. And with that, the companions set about preparing themselves for the short journey to the Gauntlight. They did actually keep themselves occupied throughout most of the day and into the afternoon. It wasn't until evening, when darkness fell, that they made their way finally to the Gauntlight. And the Gauntlight awaited them, it seemed. However, during that time, they did manage to go around town, ask a few questions, gather a few bits and bobs of equipment they might need, but most importantly, Elias made his way to the Dawnflower Temple, asking a few questions and learning about the temple's services. He did, in fact, ask if there was any living descendants of the Rose Guard still alive in Otari. He did actually find out that the mayor, Osef Menemes, himself was a descendant of one of the Rose Guard members. We'll see what Elias does with that information. In the meantime, the companions have gathered themselves together. Darkness is setting in. They make their way to the Gauntlight that awaits them. And you make your way through the woods. It takes about a half an hour. You reach the outskirts of the fog fen, and there before you see, once again, the Gauntlight. You don't see the glow. It's kind of eerie because you remember from last night, whatever that light was, it was coming from the Gauntlight itself, and it was shining down powerfully onto the cemetery. Farley, you also remember that this indeed is a strange place. You're convinced that whatever that light was, it was teleporting creatures into the cemetery, or at least that one creature, the scalathrax, as you've identified it as. You've made your way to the entry point. I'll bring you to the map in a second here. But how would you like to proceed? You're just outside of that main tower, that entryway. With that, Dane, you lead the party. I assume you're using the defensive as you proceed forward, shield at the ready, sword.
Oh, yeah.
All right, you lead the party towards the entrance. You see the doors come into view. Once was doors. They're no longer doors. It's open. You don't see a barricade anymore. Remember, you were here a day before, I believe. And at one point it was barricaded. It was also trapped. Are you taking any other precautions as you pass the portal?
Just trying to keep an eye out for traps.
Good enough. Dane.
Yes.
All right. You pass through the portal. You see rocks strewn on the ground where previously it had fallen in on a former friend's head. Did some damage, and you rolled out of the way. You remember that. You proceed even further into the chamber. You see ahead the opening that leads to what was the drawbridge before it all collapsed in, and when you made good your escape. And I'm going to bring everybody to the map at this point. This is what you currently see. By the way, I've got it set so you guys can't open the doors anymore. Click as much as you want. It's just not going to happen. Dane, you move forward and you pass through the portal, and before you is the collapsed bridge. Now, if you look at the map, you'll see that X. That's literally, that X is through the squares that are actually destroyed. So essentially, this is a 5, 10, 15-foot jump or expanse that you have to cross somehow. How you want to do that is up to you. Yeah, this is what you're faced with at the moment. You see nothing across from you. There looks like a little bit of a barricade still standing there, but you could easily cross right over that.
Well,
Ramirez, what are you doing? Because you are the rogue. I need to know if you're doing anything special, like stealth or whatever. Scout.
No, I'm just following the party right now.
Okay. All right. This is what you're confronted with, Dane. What do you do?
well, we can either jump or wade in the water.
How deep this water is, he said?
Elias, how deep's the water?
How tall is Farley Tell?
Pretty deep then.
He's about 6 foot something.
Yeah, I'd rather not do that.
6'2".
Can we take the damaged bridge and maybe we can reconstruct it to kind of suit our needs? Are there any long pieces of board available to
Yes, in the chamber that you're in, there is some old tables and table legs and boards that was piled here as a barricade. So yeah, there is stuff.
Cool, let's do it.
Yeah, let's make a bridge.
Make our own then.
You're gonna try and make a 15-foot span bridge? Is that the plan?
Maybe not necessarily bridge from this end to that end, but like maybe something to go over the water. Done at ground level.
Oh, you're gonna try and fill it in? So I know exactly what you're
Come on,
doing.
guys, back me up, back me up.
Wow. There's not enough to do that. You know this because you were in somebody was in the drink. Farley was.
Yeah.
Is there a way we can forward it at a more shallower area?
Without getting wet?
Yes. Is there an area where we can go to the left or the right where we can forward this moat or river or creek, whatever it is?
All right, let me bring the main party token back on the board so you can all see from that token. I'm going to put it right here, and that should allow you to see a little bit more around the corners and without me moving your tokens individually.
Okay. There's looks to be like a spot on the right,
Mm-hmm.
and then across from the trees that might be shallow, or there's a right there on the left. There's a area where it gets narrow. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
What do y'all think?
That you could probably hop without any much trouble. It's about 5-6 feet. That's not hard. I think at the time that you actually jumped this and Farley failed, I think the span was at least 10 feet. Not much. That's not a big
Could
distance.
have been.
But
Yeah. Let's go to the narrow spot and jump.
all right, you can do that.
How fast flowing is the water? Like, is it just like kind of slow, or is it like waves? Just
It's sewage.
It's not
I
even
don't-
flowing. It's like a stagnant pool of swamp
Shit.
water.
But
Well, that's right, Zion. You've never actually been to this Gauntlight before in your life. This is first for you.
Yeah.
it's essentially, this is a place called the Fog Fen. Of course, you'd know that by the map. And in the center of this place is like this island, all right, that's surrounded by this water that you can see plainly right before you. And it's on this island that you can see, even from Otari, you can actually see the Gauntlight. And even now, in the dark, you can look up and you can see it piercing the sky. And it's just up ahead. And it's on this island, from what you can tell. And formerly, this was a drawbridge. Listening to the others, it collapsed as they made good their escape the last time they were here. It collapsed in. I guess it was sabotaged or something. But it's no longer crossable. And it's a very eerie place, somewhat noisy with all the crickets and swamp creatures. The water itself is mostly stagnant. You know, it's not a flowing thing. You're not going to get swept away and lost forever. But it is stinky and smelly. There is that.
Think I have an idea of how to get across pretty easily. Just gotta see if I have equipment.
If not, then let's take the 5-foot jump and
Yeah, that's
Go from
really
there.
that's really no problem. If you look at the jump action, the long jump, it's 2 actions, but it's not combat, so you don't have to worry about that. But the DC is equal to the distance that you're jumping. As long as you stride at least 10 feet, which you can do. So you're looking at a DC of what, 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever.
Doesn't seem hard.
Yeah, that's pretty easy jump if you think about it. You could do that. But keep in mind, Farley Tell failed a 10-foot jump doing this and fell right in. It was a sad
Well, he didn't
day.
have 2 hero points last time, so.
That's true.
Oh.
That's a reroll. That's a reroll.
Go ahead.
Whatever you guys want to do.
Zion would just rush and do it.
All right, you
go
can
with Dane.
So
you can all do that.
I'd like to make
Do you want to do it from where you're standing currently? Just 10 feet from the chamber and right across the...
Yeah.
All right, go
Straight
for it.
up 10 feet.
All right, your DC
Right.
is going to be a 12. Everybody's will be a 12. I'll give you that.
What kind of roll?
Athletics, check.
Elias is going to make sure he goes last because he's the one holding the torch, and if anything would happen,
Let's roll one at a
he'd
time
end
here.
up one.
Dane makes a lunge. He takes the lead. 14. He easily gets across the expanse. No problem.
Would it
Next.
be? Can I do acrobatics, please?
Show off.
Next. Who's next? Somebody's going to fail.
Oh, this doesn't look good.
All right, hold on. Zion, 19.
+0.
Ramirez,
+0. Let's
14. Who's left? Farley.
Yes. What role is this?
It's an athletics check. The DC's 12. Or it should be.
Okay, I'm set to public.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Ramirez.
Did you get my?
Yeah, let me show everybody what you got, Ramirez.
All right, next time someone's
Oh.
carrying Farley across.
Oh, wow.
Throw him the rope.
It doesn't have my bonus on it.
Farley, you get your 10-foot run. You make for it. You let out a scream at the last second as you slip. Your foot goes flying from underneath you as you spill into the water right where you tried to lift off. Splash! There's a loud splash, and everybody on the other side turns abruptly and sees this. There's no way you could save him. He falls right into this 4-foot deep mess and disappears from sight. Seconds later, you see his head pop up out of the water, and he's screaming. Are you screaming?
No.
Okay, you're in silence.
Yeah, I'm a silent rager.
Okay, a whisperer. All right. With that massive display of fumbling,
Failure.
I would like everybody, except Farley, to make a blind perception roll. Everybody but Farley. that it? Zion?
I
Alright.
rolled.
Okay, I got you. All right. You hear this splash of this previously stagnant, motionless water, and he just disappears from view and pops up seconds later, gasping for air. Once again, the elf has slipped and fell into the drink. Farley, how do you react to this? Do you immediately start climbing up on the side you were jumping from, or are you going to work your way to the other side? I need to know that. Or are you just going to pause there and just sigh and curse? Or what's your reaction to going in? You haven't taken any damage. It's about 4 foot deep.
Yeah. I would take a few seconds to sort of like silently sulk to myself, essentially.
In that moment of silence that suddenly descends around Farley, the gasps. You all hear it. Elias, Zion, and Dane. From the other side, your attention is turned to the right. Looking at the map, it's to the left. To you as a player. On the left side of the screen, you hear what sounds like a distant splash, and you swear you hear a gurgling or a croaking noise. Or
Get out of the water.
you have garnered somebody's attention. You all notice this, except you, Farley. You're too busy sulking.
Dane's gonna motion Zion to get behind him.
Easily, of course.
Farley, get out of the water.
I'm gonna bend down and reach my hand towards Farley. Quick, quick! I hear something. Grab my hand.
Okay.
All right.
Can I take someone's hand?
Can you
We're
what?
on the rope.
Yeah, you have time to react to this, and do what you want. Tell me what you're doing.
Yeah, I would take probably Elias's hand because they will be the closest to me.
And I'll lift him up.
Okay. You can pull him up out of the water. There's no check for this. It's relatively easy. He's close to the edge. Zion, you're on the other side with Dane, correct?
Mhm.
Yeah. All right, let me put you over there. Why is it dark? Is the map dark for you guys?
Yeah, just one
Yeah.
door.
Oh, it just reappeared.
All right, hold on. Let me see what's up here. All right, now let's turn it off. Now let's turn this torch on because I like this one better. There. All right. Yes, and as you pull him up out of the water, suddenly, don't you just love when a GM says that? Suddenly, to your left, Farley, to your right, Dane, you see coming up out of the water what looks like an oversized head. And there, it's about maybe 30 feet from you. I don't know if you could see it with your torchlight. I'm going to have to move Dane up just a little bit, which he can do. Let me put you where you should be. You would be right on the edge. If I could stop clicking the freaking door. There we go. And there you see this creature pop its maw up out of the water.
So that's something we all see.
Mm-hmm. You can all pretty much, well, whatever you see on the map is pretty much what you see. If you don't see it, you don't see it, but it's over here where I'm pinging. Right over there.
Elias points out, "Oh my God! Look at that thing!"
Run!
Dane doesn't see it.
I extend out my hands I kneel, jump.
Let me move you up, Ramirez. You jumped, right, Ramirez? Yeah, you did. Let me bring
Yeah.
you up.
Run, you fools! Run!
Run, you fools! Let me put you
I'll
up
catch
there.
somebody.
Let me put you in the combat tracker as well. As you'll see, the carousel has suddenly appeared. You'll have to right-click your combat tracker to roll your initiative. Everybody will be using perception on this, including you, Farley. You'll be rolling your initiative. Perception. Whoops. What is this now? Scullywug. That's a cool name. It's not a Scullywug, though. I made that up. Scullywug. The giant Scullywug creature.
That's now its pet nickname.
Yep.
We shall tame it. Oh wait, none of us can probably do that.
Yeah,
I mean, I can skin it, but
They're
Wear it as a
Totally
trophy.
They're appearing out of the water. Its eyes. It looks like it's got horns for eyebrows, in fact. And this is what you see. This nasty creature with big fangs, and it's just dripping with all kinds of slime from its head. Obviously, it's in the water. This is moving towards you. And with that, an initiative rolled. We are going to begin.
That is so cute.
Dane,
That is so cute.
I'm going to let you start off with your shield raised. I'll let you have that, even though you jumped. I'm going to let you have that. You're more
okay.
prepared for this. So there you go. All right.
I'm in the tracker, but I don't see my initiative. Is that normal? Was
Well,
I supposed to roll?
yes, you were.
Okay, sorry about that. And then
Yeah.
I think Ramirez might also have to roll too, because he doesn't have anything.
I rolled.
Well, you're not rolling in the tracker, are you? You're rolling in the. Let me look, see what you rolled. Ramirez.
You talking about encounter tracker?
Yeah. The encounter tracker has a little die that you roll. If you right click on that fist symbol, that's the combat tracker, and there's a little dice next to your name. There you go.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if the blind roll was going to be our initiative or if we rolled separately. So I kind of held off, but all right, I'll rolled.
All rolled. We're good. And let's start around here. I think we're good, right? Why does it say the... Oh, I see. I was messing up here. Let's back up a little bit and put Elias at the head with a nice 23. Elias, you managed to pull your friend Farley Tell up out of the water. He's now standing next to you. Across from you, you see your other friends, Dane and Zion and Ramirez, hiding in the shadows as he does. You have the torch. What would you like to do? 3 actions. Your sword is away, I imagine.
Yeah, it sure is, because I had to grab my friend there.
Okay.
I'm
what
going
do you
to
do?
reach in my bandolier for my rope, which I believe is just 1 action. And I'm going to toss one end of it to the other side.
Okay. Make a dexterity check. Not a dexterity check. Ah. All right, it goes across. No roll necessary. Flunk, Dane, you managed to catch the other end of this rope. It's only a few feet away. Next, you have 1 more action.
I'm going to use that action to just tell Farley Tell that, hey, use the rope to get to the other side. I will hold this end until you make it.
Okay, boss.
He's sulking.
We all get a fumble sometimes. It's okay.
Oh, I know.
And that's the end of my turn. So I've got the torch and the rope.
All right, Zion, you're up.
Do I have to catch the rope or just like can I grab it?
It's on the ground in front of you. If you want to reach down and
Alright.
grab it, you can.
I guess I'll grab it. Is that an action?
That's an action.
Okay. Somatic means hands, right? If like there's a spell is somatic, it means
Yeah, you
that
need at least one hand free to cast a spell with somatic components. At least one hand has to be free. You can't like have a weapon in it or a torch or anything. Or hold onto a rope. One hand is all that's required.
Then I'll just that's it. I'll just give it my turn and just hold that rope.
All right, and with that, the creature itself. Let's see. Let me see if I can do this. How far away is everybody? Can you see my ruler, or do I have it hidden?
Hidden.
Do you see a ruler?
I can't see it.
Good.
No.
No.
How sneaky can I be? You never know when I have the ruler out and I'm measuring death zones. Okay. Who's tapping away? I hear a keyboard.
That's me.
Okay. The elf is hard at work on his little portable laptop. Hold on, guys. I'm going to figure this out. All right. You can all see this in the distance. Whatever you can see on the map. Let me see. See what you see. Yeah, you could see this. This creature is looking in your direction, Farley, Elias, on your side of the bridge, and its head starts to appear. You could see this big head rise from the water, and you could see its cheeks begin to puff outward. And suddenly, darn it, I wasn't clicked on him. Let me change my role to private so you guys can't see this, and see what happens as suddenly this stream of liquid comes spewing from its maw straight at you, Elias. And Farley, particularly you, Elias, you are the target. What is your armor class?
19.
19. You are just covered in this let me read here. You're just covered in this slime, and it's all over your arm and your arms. It's in your face. You go to wipe your face off. You are clumsy. So change your status to
Okay.
clumsy. Clumsy 1. You also actually I
I
found out.
need to unpause the game so I
Oh.
can change it.
Sorry. Actually, I just found.
Maybe I forgot how to do that. Sorry.
All right, you don't have to do it. I'm going to do it for you. I'm going to drag on clumsy. And also I'm
Thanks.
going to drag this on you as well, because this also affects you. Now, if you go to your character sheet and go to effects, you'll see what those are. This is for everybody. Anytime you have a condition on you or a status or a marker, open your character sheet and go to, I think it's called effects. And it shows you all the effects that you're currently subjected to. In the case of Elias, he has clumsy, and he also has this entangling slime effect, which slows him down 5 foot. You suffer a 5-foot penalty to your movement for the next hour until you wipe this stuff off. which only takes a few seconds to do, but you have to actively spend 3 actions, not necessarily in a row, to get this effect off of you. Until then, it lasts an hour, and you suffer a -5 penalty to your movement, and also you are clumsy. 1 for an hour. On any dexterity-based checks, you're going to suffer a penalty. That's what the clumsy is going to do. And yeah,
Jump in the water, wash it off.
all right.
Can't be any worse than what's on me already, right?
That's
Jump
why.
in the water, wash it off.
That's why you bring soap.
You don't need soap. Wash it off.
Byron, I'm the GM. I don't think you understand that concept, but you will.
I think there's a cantrip out there for cleaning. Any of you spellcasters?
That
know?
works too. That works too. That'll do the trick. But right
It
now,
takes like a minute, right?
but right now you're covered in that goop, and I believe that took. Let me see how many actions that was. That was 2, I think. No, it's just 1 attack. All right. Yeah, 1 attack. So it's got 2 more actions. It hops up out of the water. It looks like this giant, oversized frog. And it moves up to this position here, along the side. And third action, let's see if I can do that again.
Did he go
And
into the shadows because he's not on my screen anymore?
What'd you say?
Did he go into the shadows because he's not on my screen anymore?
You can't see him from your current position. He's out of sight,
Gotcha.
but he
Gotcha.
sees
I
you
can
guys.
see him.
Yes. And he's going to do the same thing. 1 more, this slimy squirt. This will be his second attack. And he is looking at you, Farley Tell. What is your armor class?
It is 16.
You also are covered in this slime. I'll do this for you. You are clumsy. I'll drag it to your token. And you also have that entangling slime effect that slows you down 5 feet. All right.
Sorry, Farley. Caden doesn't help against slime.
And with that, Dane, you see this slime shooting across the air, across the bridge, and hitting your friends. They're both covered in this green, nasty slime. It's dripping from them. What do you do?
Well, what's at the bottom of the embankment on my side? Like, is there anything flat, like that I could stand on to where I could see this thing?
Let me look at the map. You could nimbly grab and look around the corner without falling in. It's pretty risky business, but you could peek around. And what I'll do is let me grab your token and put you where you shouldn't be to allow you to see. I guess it's not going to do it for me, so let me go to my other laptop. Do that over here. Let me put you right there temporarily. Okay, I think you can just make him out. If you peek around the corner, you can just see him. He'll have cover from this position. Well, not from that position because you're actually behind that, but it'd be a tough shot. It's hard to see from where you are, but I'm showing you basically what you might be able to see.
Okay.
If you know what I mean. You're peeking around the edge, the corner there.
And this embankment on the sides going around, is it stable enough to walk on?
You could, but you'd have to make an acrobatics check to keep from falling in. That's balance. You'd have to do a balance check.
I can do that.
You want to do that?
Yep.
All right, give me.
Weapons are already out. I might as well take advantage of them.
Let me look up balance here. Balance. See what your DC is. You can go ahead and make a public balance check. It's an acrobatics check. It's an untrained action. It takes 1 action to do. You are in a square that contains a narrow surface, uneven ground, or another similar feature. Attempting an acrobatics check is against its balance DC. You're flat-footed while you are on the narrow surface. So while you're crossing that little space, you're going to be flat-footed. But you don't have to worry about it if you're going to keep going. What'd you get?
I got a 20.
Mm. All right. You move up to your speed, treating it as difficult ground. Every 5 feet costs 10, basically. So you're successful at navigating that little spanse there, but it costs you 10 feet to do that from that square. So effectively, you moved 5 feet forward, and then I'm going to put you here. Why is that moving? I'm going to put you here, and that's going to be a total of 15 feet in total, okay? This is how I'm calculating it.
Okay.
And you have, what, 10 feet more left? Where do we want to go?
I've got 5 feet left, so I'd like to try to get up to like a wider spot.
Okay, diagonal. That's going to take you 10 feet of movement to do, and I will ask for another check. Do you have 10 feet?
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. If your movement's 25, yeah, you can do this. And that'll put you
Nope, rolled that one.
that'll put you
Yeah.
here. Right? And unfortunately, on this balance check, at the last second you slip. Your foot rises up above you and you fall backwards. Nothing to grab onto except the wall, which is slippery as you grab at the vines, and you tumble backwards into the water right here with a splash. Why is that not working on that computer? With a splash, you wind up right there. If you want to know why.
Well, Farley, I gave it a fair go. Feel your pain.
Nope. Critical failure. Oh, I see why I wasn't able to move you on here. I was on the measuring tool.
Oh, that's why I couldn't change my statuses either, because I was on the bookmarks.
Yep.
That little.
That's one thing about
Oh, well, that
Foundry.
explains it.
If you're not on that select tool, you can't select anything.
What is this select tool?
It's the little
Okay, but I guess-
four-cornered square on the left icon menu. It's a square that has 4 corners. Okay, that's your select tool. All right, and that ends your turn.
Yep, I'm in the drink.
You're in the drink. All right, next. Barley, you're covered in slime. You're not sure what to do. You're confused. Elias is next to you screaming. No, he's not screaming. You are. I'm sorry. What are you going to do, my elven friend?
Barley is going to. Let me measure out the distance here real quick. I'm pretty sure I'm within range, but yeah, I'm definitely within range. So, Barley is going to see the bullywog-like creature and see Dane approaching it, and is going to attempt to basically like hold it in place by casting Daze on it.
Cast days? Okay.
Yeah. Oh,
Where is it? Where is it? I
okay,
don't.
well, it is in the thing. I'm not certain. I might have messed up when I was quickly writing it down. That's what all that typing was earlier. I realized I did not have the full. Yeah. Oh boy.
I can't see any
Well,
of the text.
Yeah.
Oh, you did. I'm not sure what you did there. It's not showing anything. For me, I can't see the description of the spell. I just see
It
days and then the traits and then a save DC.
the text is black. The text color is black, so it's basically black on a black background right now. Basically, all it needs to do right now
Why is it
make a
doing that?
Well,
You kidding me?
it's because I went in and changed it specifically to be that, because I didn't know that it would do that.
Wow. All right. Well, okay. I'm gonna have to look it up manually. Thank you very much.
Oh no.
You've used this before. I remember.
Yeah.
It's nothing new, but dazed and confused.
I mean, they're gonna change. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't think it would also make me say it above my character.
Wow.
I just copied and pasted.
Wow.
Elias, stand back. I'm going to cast Daze. Elias.
Do you
just-
mean you're going to cloud the target's mind and daze it
Yeah.
with a mental jolt? Sorry.
Remind me of an old friend back in
Oh.
my arcane studying days. Oh,
You cloud the target's mind and daze it with a mental jolt. The jolt deals mental damage equal to your spellcasting ability modifier. The target must attempt a basic will save. If the target critically fails the save, it is also stunned 1. So it's just going to take some mental damage. I believe this is non-lethal.
yes.
Yeah, it's at the top, trait, non-lethal. All right, let me make this for the creature. I could click on him. As you attempt to daze its mind. I probably should see if it's immune to this kind of thing. Let me look real quick. Okay. And, all right, let me click on him and then click save right here. And see what he gets. DC 18. All right. You try and penetrate the mind of this creature, but it seems like the mess of goo that's around you, it's limiting your abilities to do so. It doesn't pay you any attention and doesn't seem to be affected by your spell, by the daze.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's just a basic save. Well, wait a minute. Since it is a basic save, let me see what I actually got on this. It was an 18, right? All right, this would be, oh, you'd got half damage on it. I'm sorry. So roll your damage.
It just takes 2 points of mental damage automatically. Then in that case.
It basically passed the basic save, which is you take half the amount of damage.
Yeah. So it
Round it
just
up.
takes 2.
Okay.
And I'll fix these spells apparently.
Yeah, how did that happen? Is that something you did, or was it me? Because I
Yeah.
remember I uploaded your character and manually did a lot of stuff for you, but I didn't do anything with your spells. I just drug them in.
It was me.
Oh, Patrick. Playing around with things again. All right. Did a little damage on him. A little bit of non-lethal damage. All right, and with that, I assume you're done.
I have one more action, and I'm just going to use it to cast shield. So I have a +1 to my AC for right now.
Okay. And I think I figured out how you add that shield spell to your token, and it'll automate your stats. It'll give you the bonus to armor class. Their effects. If you could do a search under items for shield, right? Look for shield underneath effects, and it'll say effect shield. And what you do is you just drag it to your token or your character sheet. And if that works, it'll automatically keep track of your new armor class, and it'll put an icon on your token that shows you're doing that. Anything that's an effect, you can drag onto your token, which is really cool. In the meantime, Valofor, I hope you're paying attention.
Yeah, I'm here.
I would like you to roll your initiative. Remember, right-click on the fist symbol in the upper right menu. That's your encounter tracker. Go ahead and roll that big D20 dice for me. And it's going to use your deception, or your perception, I should say. And that'll put you in the combat tracker. Okay, thank you. Sorry, I'm not so secretive about that. That's okay. I'll fill you in a second on what's happening around you. And Farley, did you find that spell effect? If not, I'll do it real quick and see if it works. Shield. I'll just do a search in items. Let's see. We want effect. Consumable, equipment, spells. Where are you? Boy, there's a lot of shield stuff on here, actually. Feet effects. Those are things you could drag. Equipment effects. Those are things you can drag. This is like something you could drag to your macro bar. Spell effect shield. That's what it's called. I'm going to drag this to Farley's token. And it should, yeah, spell effect shield. It gives you a little shield symbol to show that you have the spell, the shield spell up. And it will add to your armor class. You don't have to do it mentally. It's done for you. All right? So essentially, you can do this and drag it to your macro bar. Just look up shield, scroll down till you're in the spells folder or whatever it is, spell effects. You'll see it. It'll say spell effect : shield. That's something you can drag to your macro bar. And that way, when you're clicked on your token and you want to use that spell, just click the macro. It's just like raising your shield. All right, anyway, he's got that. Ramirez, you're up next. You're seeing all this crazy stuff going on. Dane disappeared from view. You heard a splash soon after. Zion's holding the rope, kind of looking blankly left and right, not sure what's going on. And across from you, you can see your friends with the torch covered in some kind of slime and goo. You see Farley, crackles of energy are appearing around him. You're up. What do you do?
Ramirez stoically looks at the situation and pulls his crossbow from his belt, which is at the loaded and ready to go.
Obviously.
Yep. And takes aim at the creature, which is mere feet from him.
Obviously.
And zeroes in on the creature's face and makes my first action will take a shot or first strike.
All right, you'll have to spend at least one action to move where you can see him.
Oh, I can't see him from where I'm at?
Well, look at your token. What can you see?
Well, I thought we were having problems with the... can't see anything.
Do you see Farley and Elias on the other side of the bridge?
That's the only things I see.
Yeah, that's because that's where the torch is, and there's a wall to your right and a wall to your left. You can't see beyond the wall. So you'd have to step forward where Dane was, and what he did as a player, he decided he was going to try and balance along the wall and the edge of the ground, but he slipped and fell in order to see the creature. The creature is on somewhere up ahead. You don't know where.
Well, I'll take one step forward to the edge and.
All right. And you're going to peek around?
Yeah.
All right, because you won't see him if you just move 5 feet forward. Now, I'm going to move you forward to simulate you peeking around the corner. This is what you see. Dane is in the water, right there. And across from him, 10 feet away, is this big creature right over here. Hopefully it'll ping for me. I don't know if it will. I think you can see him. Yeah, right there. Kyle did it. Thank you.
So it's behind us. Who's in the water?
Hi there.
Oh.
But take notice that you're not actually where I have your token right now. You're literally peeking around, leaning. Barely enough room to get off a shot, and even then the creature will have cover. I'm putting you here to simulate you peeking around that corner. That's what you see. But
Gotcha. Okay.
you had to move at least 5 feet, so you just made a stride, which would be an action. Now, based on that information, what do you want to do?
Does the creature see me?
I can't tell you if he sees you or not. You're in his line of sight. You see him.
Well, I'm peeking my head around the corner. I don't know if he sees me or not.
That's going to be a... Byron, I can't tell you if the creature sees you.
Yeah.
You don't know
Yeah, I
that.
know.
Your character doesn't know that. I can't tell you that. But he is in line of sight and is facing your direction. He just got done spitting some goo.
Okay.
You would kind of assume he sees you, maybe. If you want to hide...
That's what I was getting at. I didn't know if he was turned. I didn't know which direction he was facing, or
Well, he was facing towards Elias and Farley. That's where he spit.
Okay. Well, I'll just try and get a shot off with his cover.
All right, give me an attack roll.
All right.
Let me open up the chat so I can see your roll. Just an attack roll. And is that secret? I think you made a secret one. I'll make it so everyone can see what you rolled.
Did it go?
Yeah, I made it public so everybody could see what you rolled.
Okay.
It looks like you rolled more than once, though. Wait a minute. Let's see which one I'm going to count here. The first roll you made, for some reason it rolled twice, was a 26, I believe.
That roll's null because I thought I could see the creature. Then you moved me, and I didn't see the creature.
All right, so we won't count it. We'll count the 22, which is lower. And all right, you do manage to actually hit him. You are a skilled crossbowman, for sure. And even in this precarious situation here, you can still manage to reach out and get that almost blind shot off him. You do manage to hit. Roll your damage. Normal damage. Did I get him? Did I get him? And change your default roles to public, because they're always hidden for some reason. There. All right, so you did 2 points of piercing damage on this creature, and it sticks in it. Doesn't seem to even be bothered by it, but you did get it. You have one more action left. Now, I believe the hand crossbow can be fired and loaded in one action. Is its reload 1 or 0?
Its reload's 1, I believe.
So it takes an action to reload, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna duck behind the corner and move back.
All right, instead of reloading. All right, so you take a stride to move back into cover. I'm not getting slimed. I see what's going on here, he says. And he falls back. And those are your 3 actions. Elias, you're still covered in goo. You got the fire flame in your hand. What are you doing? You're slipping.
I'm going to step back 1 and take 2 actions to try to get rid of the goo. Or, begin to get rid of the goo.
All right, it'll take 3. They don't have to be consecutive. 3 actions to wipe it off effectively to get it off you. All right, so.
Yeah, so I'll use 1 to step back, and then the 2, and then I still owe 1 for the next round. And that's my turn.
All right, you want to move your token backwards?
Yes, I wasn't sure if you wanted me in the door. That's why I'm hesitant. But all right, there I am.
There's your 5-foot step, and then 2 actions to get it all off, or at least get a start on it. You are done.
Yep. I'll actually be right back as well.
All right, we're gonna. You know what? All right, everybody, take a break.
All right, I'll be back.
All right, 5 to 10 minutes. Let me go to our intermission screen. 1 second here. And folks, stay tuned. We're going to be right back. This crazy adventure.
All you see is bubbles coming up out of the water.
Anyway, we're all good now, folks. Back to episode 8. Yeah, we're going to continue with the combat. We'll jump right back into that. And let's see where we are. We got the old giant slug. Zion's taking a break today. We'll see him next week, hopefully. Little issues pop up. That's okay. That's okay. And all right, the giant creature, giant frog-like creature is huge. He's up once again. Dane, he sees you splash in the water before him, and he says, yeah, he doesn't say anything. He just starts licking his lips, looking intently at you. He's going to take a stride. He moves forward, and with that, the tusks and teeth on its maw, they're huge. It begins to clamp down on you from the water's edge. What is your armor class?
With shield raised or without?
No shield. No shield raised.
19.
You fell in the water. I'll take that away from you. Thank you. 19? All right. And it misses you. You just dodge out of the way. It slips. You slip out of its range, and it's going to attack again. And it misses horribly. You imagine to tumble out of the way from this creature's maw. Yeah. You lucked out there. As you make your way out, Valofor, you woke up from a good rest, essentially. I want you to give yourself 3 hit points back. All right? And as you wake up, you see the sun shining bright down upon you. It's like you slept half the day. You keep yourself muted. You start to make your way south, perhaps to make your escape. Your deed perhaps is done here. You're not sure. You came here originally to investigate the Gauntlight and what's going on because the undead had arisen. You don't know much about this place, but you're going to figure it out. You start heading south along from whence you came, near the water. And suddenly, in the distance, you hear what sounds like screams. High-pitched screams. A splash of water in the distance. You begin to pick up the pace, I imagine, and run closer to see what's going on and investigate. More creatures, perhaps. And as you round the corner, I'll assume you have your torch lit, all right? As you round the corner, let's see, where would you be? Right here? Yeah, you'd be right there. Uh, can you see? Can you see?
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah. You can see the bridge and the battle that's going on.
Let me drag it over. I can see Dane and Fairy Tale, but I can't see the creature.
Farley tale, not fairy tale. Did you say
Oh,
fairy tale?
Sorry.
Wow.
Looked at it closely.
Well, Patrick's laughing along with you on that one. Not sure. Okay, so this is where you're starting the combat round. You have 3 actions. Yeah, they're about 50 feet or so in front of you. I think Farley Tell is like, yeah, he's about 55 feet from you. Dane is about 40 feet from you. You don't see anything else. You don't see anyone else, but you hear a lot more voices. What are you going to do?
I'm gonna move over here.
All right, that's a stride action. Do you want to go in the water? That's in the water if you go there.
All right. Is this doable? I can't see if that's a building in front of me here. I'm over right here.
Yeah, there you go. I'll let you do that.
Well, not that far.
I don't know why it just did that. Did you see that? Like leapt across the freaking screen. Wow. What's going
It's
on?
30. It's 25 feet to here. So that was one action. And then I'll move another action here. And I will.
All right. I want you to make 2 checks. These are going to be acrobatic checks. All right. This is to see if you can hold yourself along this ridge because I can see now there is actually an edge. I'm going to have you make 2 checks. One for the first move, one for the second move. DC's on my end. So go ahead and make, these are public.
Can I use athletics instead?
Go ahead and make an athletics check. Or no, sorry, acrobatics. I'm sorry, it's acrobatics. Forget that roll. It's acrobatics.
All right. Hold on.
Sorry. Okay, that's enough. You don't need to roll anymore because right back here, you did actually slip and fall right about there. Now, because there's a double ledge, I want you to make another acrobatics check to see if you can catch yourself on that next ridge down. If you fail this, you fall in the drink. All right, 22 is going to, that's going to save you. All right, you're clinging to the second ridge. You're not in the water, but you're clinging to the second ridge because you were high up. All right, but you managed to catch yourself with that second roll. You are considered flat-footed. Let me make you flat-footed while you cling there. Did that make you flat-footed? I don't think it did. Now it is.
Yep.
All right, and you lose your turn. So you're done. So as you cling there, think about your decisions in life. And we're going to move ahead with Dane, who's chomping at the bit to get at this creature, even though he himself is submerged. What do you do, Dane?
I'm going to take 1 action to stand up.
You're standing up. You're in the water. It's about 4 foot deep. I'm going to assume you're standing up.
Okay.
You're not under the water. You don't have to stand up. So don't worry about that.
This thing tried to eat me, so we're going to turn it into frog legs before it can do that.
All right. 3 actions. Go for it. Attack. I can't believe it missed with its tusk attack. Darn it.
DC of 12.
Oh, you missed. You're up next, Farley. Prepare your spells.
I think we're going to do that again, but use Exacting Strike.
Is that an action in itself?
No, it's a feature.
It's part of the attack. Okay.
Yeah.
You just make the attack exacting. All right.
17.
All right. Multi-attack penalty -5. And that will, I think that hits. That hits. Normal damage. Excellent.
For 10 damage.
Slashing, I assume?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You wallop him. You wallop him good.
We're gonna see if we can do it again.
All right. -10. This is going to be a tough one. Oh,
No.
that hurt. That hurt. It was a dirty one.
Yeah, it was a dirty one, yeah.
How did you manage a dirty one? Is that
I
possible?
had no idea.
Oh, you have a total of -1 to your roll? So what'd you roll, 2?
I guess.
Yeah, you did. You rolled a 2. Ah. Second worst. That's all right. Okay.
It's gonna be it for me.
You're done.
I gave it a good walloping, but it just couldn't hold up. It's too slippery up underneath here.
Yeah. All those good rolls you had last game, they're gone. Slipped in the water. At least you're not slimed. Barley?
Oh,
Yeah. Clumsy. Wait a minute. Clumsy, doesn't that go away at the end of your next turn? Or become -1? I think it...
or maybe because we're still slimed, it stays. You know, it's
That's what it is.
maybe.
Yeah, it does. I think it stays for an hour. As long as you're slimed.
Yeah, slime stays for an hour and clumsy. Well, soup.
You're up.
Okay.
What the...
Yeah. It's in a bad position for me.
Yeah, there's no bridge.
Yeah.
You're all wet. Now you're slimed. You have the worst luck at this bridge anyway.
Yeah, it's just this bridge. Everywhere else is fine. Just this bridge.
Next time we got to bring planks of wood, nails.
Please.
We're gonna do this place a favor and
Almost
make a
worth
nice bridge.
that. It's almost worth using that ladder.
Yeah, that's right. You got that. I forgot.
Yeah.
You've had that for a long time. Is it a feather or something?
Yeah, it's a feather that I can basically like make magically transform into like a 20-foot ladder. But at the same time, that's so useful in weird situations that it's like I'm not gonna use it right here.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I fail so much at this bridge that it's like I might use it here.
Yeah, lay it across. And then hammer planks on the top of it, and there you go.
Yeah.
Wow. I guess you could do that.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'm gonna cast Produce Flame.
Okay.
Yep. Oh.
What happened? 11? Is it an attack? Yeah, that
Yeah,
misses.
Okay.
Take note. Do you see where in that description of the spell, Produce Flame, this is for everybody. See those highlighted in red areas like the D4 or that, or more importantly, that persistent fire damage one? You see that? When it's highlighted red like that or within a red box, that means you can drag it to a token to apply it, or at least I can. I think you might be able to as well. But whenever you see that outline of red in any descriptions, that's a draggable thing. And you could apply like persistent damage to your token or something, or however it works. It's pretty cool, I think. That's what I did with the slime effect. Okay, so you cast that and then you moved closer along the ledge. Go ahead and make an acrobatics check, since this seems to be a thing now. You can take it back if you want. I'll let you take it back if you don't want to risk it.
No, I needed to get a better shot at it anyway.
All right, just make one. I could
Yeah.
technically ask for 2, but we're going to go for 1. Oh my gosh. That's one way to get the slime off. Yeah, you roll a 9. Slip on the edge at the last second and you start to tumble down. However, let me look real close. Go ahead and make one more check to see if you can catch the edge and not be submerged in the water. You'll get a little
Is it
wet.
still acrobatics?
Acrobatics.
No, okay.
17. All right. You're clinging to the side. You're flat-footed. I'll make you flat-footed
Right on.
on top of everything else. There it is.
Yeah. Oh.
So, yeah, and your turn is done. So, okay. It's worth a shot. If you want to go along those edges there, it is a little slippery. That said, it's not a long fall from where you are, but next. Ramirez, where are you? Ramirez took a nice shot around that corner and did manage to hit the beast. And I'm thinking he's going to try it again. Your crossbow is unloaded. Get 3 actions. You're up. I bet he peeks around the corner again. Go ahead, Byron.
I'm going to reload as my first action and peek around the corner and fire at the creature.
All right, make a roll.
All right.
$24. That's definitely going to hit. That's normal damage.
Mm-hmm.
Well, normal damage. Your total of +7, as expected of a rogue. There it is. 3 points of piercing damage. There's something I keep forgetting. I don't know if it applied here. Actually, it didn't. But remember that special ability. If you go first, everything is flat-footed to you in the first round, period.
Mhm.
They're always flat-footed to you in the first round of combat if you go before them.
Yeah, I didn't go before the creature.
Yeah, and that means surprise attack kicks in, which is nice. As rogues,
All right.
as rogues go, I really do like your rogue. I think he's pretty cool with that trap detection, for one, and the surprise attack. I'd love to play a rogue, actually. They're pretty fun. So
I think those 3 actions conclude my turn.
it does. Make a note that you
Oh.
need to reload, and we're going to go to the next round. Round 3, I think. Elias, you've almost got that slime off you. You're still clumsy. Go for it.
Now, I'm debating if I should just cannonball in there.
Well, one more action will take it off.
But if I cannonball, will the water take it off for me?
No, you still have to manually take it off.
All right.
It's
I'll
slime.
remove that last little bit of slime.
It's not soap. It's sticky.
Um,
All right. Let me get rid of that. Or you can do it.
I'm gonna take the. Oh, I made myself clumsy too. I can't remove the slime. Maybe I can do it on my character sheet.
I got it.
Okay.
You know how you do it? When there's something that applies to you like that, next to the chat area in the upper right, I think I showed you this. It'll, when you're clicked on your token, it'll show all your current conditions. Like, let me make you flat-footed. There. You're flat-footed. Now, if you look,
Oh, I get. Sorry, I did it really fast, but I
You did.
know what you mean now. Yeah, I always forget about that top right corner.
yeah, if you
Oh, because I keep my other menu up there.
Mhm. Yeah, I do that too. The actors directory I keep there. But yeah, you can right click on those symbols there or left click on them to increase their value and get rid of them that way.
Oh,
That's a quick way to do it.
oh, that's a good to know. Hopefully, I remember.
I'll remind you.
Thank you.
2 more actions.
All right. I'm going to move upwards. 5. All right. I move.
Acrobatics check.
Oh, to get up on top of here.
Where are you? You going around the corner?
I'm on the just around the corner. I'm on the literal square that my token's on.
Acrobatics check.
Alrighty.
Everybody's gonna fall into the right one. It's not a big drop. You're not gonna take damage. You probably should have just cannonballed. 13. You're okay. You're okay. You hold
Alright.
you hold your footing.
Now, can I also try to remove slime from
Yes.
Farley?
Yep, that'll take an
I
action.
will use my last action to take, a little bit of time to remove the slime.
All right, you have to kind of kneel down almost and reach down because he's clinging to the side, but you can get to him and help him off, get it out of his hair, out of his ear, up his nose. It's all over, and kind of clean him
Well,
off.
I don't know. I don't know if I go around his nose. That's a little too personal.
Okay,
But like, maybe out of the hair, off his pants, robe or whatever
You
he's
got it.
wearing.
you got it. Farley, mark off one of your 3 actions to clean yourself off. You need to do it 2 more times, and you'll be okay. Keep in mind, when you're slimed and you got that going on, you are going to be penalized on dexterity checks. You're more likely to slip and fall. That's for Farley. All right, next we're going to go to Zion. All right, let me quickly go to Zion's character sheet and see what he's got available. I'm not going to spend too much time on him here. Let me check his spells. All right. Zion. He looks over to you, Ramirez. What's happening over there? I can't see him. And he pulls back behind you. I know what I'll do. I'll prepare my spell. Watch for me, Ramirez. His turn is done. It's looking at you, Dane.
Right?
Yeah, he's. Let me look at him real quick too. Don't want to play dumb here. Yeah, he's going to come at you again with this big maw, the tusks. You could see him in his portrait there. Just nasty things. He's got these hard horns on his head, and then he's got these big, long saber tooths. And he lunges at you from the edge once again. And he does hit you this time, and you feel it pierce your flesh. You're going to take some damage, my friend, as these...
What was the roll?
What do you mean, what was the roll?
I have reactive shield as a reaction.
You do. Would you like to use it?
Yes.
You use your reaction for reactive shield. You get +2 to your armor class. Your armor class becomes, what is it, 19 now?
21. It'll be 21 with the shield up.
All right, and oh, you were so close, so close. It was a good move, but you equaled his attack roll, and I'll show you. This is what he rolled. You see it? I think you have to scroll up a little bit.
I gave it a good go.
You did. I like that. I like that. So that's pretty much how you'd use it, I think. I don't like to give away my rolls for the monsters. I don't want you guys seeing how good they are, or how bad they are, or any special abilities associated with them. And in Dane's case, he has reactive shield. He doesn't ever have to raise his shield. He can do it as a reaction if he wants. And that's what he
That's
did.
nice.
Yeah, it's cool. It takes up his reaction to do it, but it allows him to immediately come up with his shield and count it towards his armor class if he's hit. And he doesn't know what was rolled. He just knows he was hit. So he's going to use it. Boom. It didn't work this time, but that's pretty cool. You take the chance. And where were we? Damage. Oh, you are hit. But it could lessen. It could turn a critical into a normal, too. It could do that, too. And you're going to take 9 points of... Oh, I made attack for you. What did I do? All right. 10 points of piercing damage. Now, because your shield is raised, you can't. I was going to say shield block, but that's a reaction, isn't it?
Yeah, it's sort of one of those things where you have to do one or the other.
All right, 10 points of piercing damage. And I think he has one more attack, correct? Don't answer that. No, he's done. He's going to attempt to attack you once more with these tusks and rend into you. Rend and tear, but it's to no avail. You managed to dodge away from his maw and those tusks. All right, Valofor. You're clinging to the edge. You'll need to make an athletics check to pull yourself up because there's really nothing to get by here. So you're going to have to make an athletics check to climb. All right, just the DC isn't hard. You'll do this, no problem, I'm sure. Good. You pull yourself up. That's one action. You have 2 actions left. I'm going to put your token right here to show that. 2 actions left.
Okay. So how many checks am I going to have to make to move here?
That'll put you in the water. You going to dive into the water? If you want to, I'll let you dive into water with no other effect except you splash into the water. Now you're all wet. It's about 4 feet deep. You just jumped into it. All right.
All right. I still have move left.
Yes.
I'll move here.
Yes. At that point, you'll
I
have.
will make it.
At that point, you'll have.
Oh, I have a question.
Go ahead.
Is this a medium-sized creature
Yes.
or a large? Medium?
Medium.
All right, I'm going to attempt to shove it. Heroic shove. Or brutish shove, it's called.
Go for it. I will say one thing. It's going to be challenging because this creature is covered with slime. Fortitude save. Let me see what it is. Shove. Same benefit to shove. Actually, good. If you move, you follow target when a trigger reaches strike for the following of failure effect. Oh, you're wielding a 2-handed melee weapon. Mute yourself, Jesse. Valofor. Make a strike with the 2-handed weapon. If you hit the target that is your size or smaller, the creature is flat-footed. So this isn't... Is this considered a shove attack? Or is this just a normal attack? Because I have abilities against shoves. Where's the keywords for it?
Flat-footed and shove.
Level 2 in action. It doesn't describe it as anything else. Make a strike with a two-handed melee weapon, which you did. If you hit your target, what did you get? 23? Okay, you hit. That is your size or smaller. The creature is flat-footed. Just boom, flat-footed until the end of your current turn. Current turn. And you can automatically shove it. All right, so that applies. It is going to be flat-footed. And for this turn, it's flat-footed. When your turn's done, it's no longer flat-footed. But
One more action, right?
you have one more action. You could attempt to shove. That's the shove action. If you click where it says shove, it'll tell you what that is and what you do. It's an athletics check against your target's fortitude DC. So if you want to do that, I'll go for it. Just make an athletics check.
I will shove it. Oh, I didn't roll damage for my hit.
We'll do it in a second. Do this roll first.
Does it say I automatically shove it? Yeah, it says I automatically shove it.
Yes, if you want, you can choose to automatically shove it at the end of your current turn, and you can automatically shove it with the same benefits as the shove action, including the critical success. If your strike was a critical hit, if your strike was a critical hit. Just go ahead and roll it. Make an athletics check to shove it. This is your last action for the turn. Just do it. Oh, wow. Slime. I'll take your first roll. Slime and all, you do manage to push this creature and shove him successfully, but it was very difficult. He's just covered in slime. Success. You push your target 5 feet back. You could follow up. You can stride afterwards. Actually, you can't in this case, I'm going to say, because he's higher up than you. This whole situation is weird, but I will let you move him back. And if you want to follow up, I'll let you move along the shoreline. Do you want to follow up? Yes or no? All right, you follow up. Not up there. But right there. Okay? All right. And that ends your turn. So you did manage to clobber him with your sword and then aggressively push him back on the edge. You're a little bit below him. But yeah, that's what I'm going to...
All right. I have to roll my damage for the hit.
Yeah, go ahead and do that. Normal hit. 13 points of damage. It's slashing. Wow. Man, you are a beast. If you hover your mouse over the creature, you see he's suddenly near death. It's not looking good. And that's your grand entrance into the battle. You don't know who these strangers are. Looks like a human in the water right in front of you. It stopped your shove because he's there. You almost bump into him. Your turn's done.
Pardon me.
Hey, who is this guy? Is he going to steal this thing?
Oh, I'm up next.
Yes, Dane. You see this.
Not if Dane can help it.
You see this guy in oversized armor. It looks like he's a kid wearing armor that's too big for him. He just plunges into the water and lunges at this beast, hacking at him with this big ass sword and shoving this creature back into a corner right in front of you. What do you do?
Well, the boy's got some talent, everyone. And I'm gonna smack it. 21.
All right, let me get rid of his flat-footedness. That doesn't apply now. Flat-footedness, 21. You hit. Fighters side by side.
For 10 points of damage.
10 points of damage. Oh, I think that push and that shove managed to create an opening for you, Dane. You see the mark. You focus, you concentrate. No, it's not exacting, but it's precise as you can get. And you cut into the beast, slaying him. Describe the kill for us as you cleave into this beast.
As the thing's being shoved, Dane would see an opportunity, and as it was moving, Dane would sort of leap up a little bit and slash down, trying to sever any critical vertebrae or whatever that's in the area before he falls back down.
Okay.
Now that's what we call making frog legs.
And the parts just slip and slide off the edge and into the water around you. As Dane has managed to finish and subdue this nasty, slimy creature. I would say that silence once again returns to the companions, but no. Behind you, Dane, you hear the thrashing, the slimy sounds, and an occasional whimper coming from behind you. You turn to see Farley, Elias. Elias is trying to help Farley pull him up onto the ledge. He's clinging on to the side. He's only about 2 inches above the water. But that's the situation. Ramirez is out of sight as usual. And we have a newcomer to the group, this big oversized boy. You can check his bio. I think you got a bio, don't you, Jesse?
Yeah, you pretty much just read it.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Dane's gonna move over. He's gonna wade in the water since he's already wet. Gonna wade over toward Farley and just sort of hold his arms out. Come on, drop down. I've got you.
Oh my god, that's excellent.
I'll carry you. Come on.
This is absolutely embarrassing, but
Yes.
I'm more inclined to take it rather than.
Just let go, Farley. Let go. Yep, get you. It's only a couple inches. In his arms. All right, so you land safely in the arms of Dane. You're a little bit wet, but it's all is well. You're always going to be wet every time you come to this damn place, but it's to be expected.
And I'd like to carry Farley to the other side.
And you do. And what we'll do, unless you guys want to explore along the coastline here, I'll bring it to the other side. Do you want to do that? No checks. You can help each other up. Do you want to just accumulate to the other side, or do you want to explore a little?
Dane just sort of wants to get out of the water and get on with it.
Yeah.
All right. Elias, I will ask you, do you want to jump, or do you want to just have Elias help you, or do you want to just jump in the water and go? What do you want to do, Elias? You're still on the other side.
I'll get back and I'll jump across.
All right, everybody watches in the direction of Elias as she goes for,
All right,
or
they're
he
all,
goes.
They're all watching me. I can't mess this up. Dane's watching.
Athletics check. Athletics check. DC 12. Go for it. Are you still slimed? No. Go for it. 24. You make it with a 3-point landing. Boom. Right on the money.
Finally.
With a torch in your hand.
Oh, yeah, with a torch in my hand.
Try that.
Okay. Bonus points.
Extra points for flair.
Wow.
We've made it.
All right.
We-
You've all gathered on the other side. Zion, Farley, Alia, you're all on the other side. Fantastic leaping ability. by the champion. You've been joined by this new individual here. Again, feel free to introduce yourself, Valofor.
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 All right, so I've been in this room. I was subcontract mayor as well. I came here yesterday. I did make it through this room. I think it went through this door that's coming up on the left. Fought some giant maggot creatures.
Wait,
Went
you
through
came here
there.
by yourself?
Yes, I'm quite injured, by the way.
Here, let me help. And as you're explaining, Elias lays on hands, assuming you're willing.
Huh. Sure, I'll take it.
Okay, you heal 6 hit points.
Thank you. Where's the tokens, Kurt?
You have to open your character sheet.
Yeah.
Just go to your actors directory. Sorry about that. I forgot to tell you about that, Jesse. I like to keep just one token on the map when there's outside of combat. Which means you gotta open your character sheet. I know it's a lot of work, but just give yourself 6 hit points. Okay. And we'll assume Zion's in the shadow mode right now, but he's with you guys.
Is anybody else wounded?
Nope.
How are you feeling, Dane? Did you take any do you have any injuries?
Yes, its tusks are quite armor piercing, come to find out.
Oh, well, you did get to see it up close and personal.
Yep, I got to see it.
Can you
live
carry
time.
on?
Of course I can carry on. Not dead.
Now, is he
yet.
just saying that, or like saying it to be tough, or
I'm not hurt that badly.
okay?
I'll be fine. Maybe.
Elias promises you that he'll help you out next once he's regained some focus with a few prayers.
Cups of mead.
Okay, go ahead. Just thinking of something.
That was it.
For the record, not for the record, but for your reference, Valofor, you left the little creature behind. Remember that little boathouse you were at?
Yes.
Yeah, you kind of left your stuff there and returned the boat to that little pier, if you remember. You left them there when you heard the noises coming from the south, and you made your way along the edge, not a cliff, but the edge of the water, and found yourself in this combat, embroiled in fighting, and you come upon these individuals. So just in case you're wondering what happened to your little prisoner, he's up at that boathouse.
All right, to explain what happened when I went through that doorway, I fought a few creatures along the way, and I came to another building. That's a dead giant frog over there.
Yes, where you're currently located, the torch, Dane, you're leading the party. You can see this as he explains this to you, this new friend of yours. There to your left, you see one of the doorways you previously
You're breaking up, Kurt.
bypassed. You see one of the doorways you previously bypassed to your left. It's currently open. And sitting within the doorway itself, you can see the bodies of these really large, slimy, to use that word, giant maggots, as is explained to you by Valofor, where he had slain them. But this was the
Now
chamber.
that is a sight.
Yes.
Very nasty.
Well, you're certainly skilled, friend. What brings you here?
Same as you, I guess. Mayor contracted me out to see what's going on here. I don't know too much about it, but I'll take any adventure for any amount of coin.
How much is he paying you? Just curious.
To be honest, I don't remember.
Well, I guess
It
any
doesn't
coin
matter.
is good coin, right?
Yeah,
I
as long as it
suppose.
pays the bills.
Yep.
Oh.
Well, since we're both contracted by the same person, we might as well work together.
Dad,
I agree. Sounds like a plan.
Dad, what's this?
More help.
Elias turns to everybody else, like waiting for some sort of like agreement. Like, yes, like he looks at Ramirez like, yeah, how do you feel about this? Farley, Dane, you guys,
I'm good.
everybody?
I'm Dane. Welcome aboard.
I'm Ramirez. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you guys.
Farley, they, them.
Or them too.
Oh, right.
All right. Proceeding forward. Do you want to go in that chamber with the giant carcasses? What do you guys want to do? I won't. push you
Well,
along.
to be honest, if we go that way, I've pretty much searched it all. So there shouldn't be any creatures or anything, but maybe you guys would see something that I didn't see. There was some areas that I didn't go to. There's still more doors to explore in this room.
Yeah.
Yes, but we have to get to the top of the Gauntlight and find out what's going on there.
Yep. So from what I could tell, we should probably go to the top of this room and see where this room goes.
Yes, and at all costs, avoid that second door on the left.
The
Don't
one
ask me.
system-
Don't ask. Horrifying images.
Don't know what that
Dane's gonna pipe up in a super sarcastic tone. Oh, why is that, Elias? Why should we not go near this door?
It's Farley. He wasn't.
Tornadoes.
He wasn't in the session. Patrick wasn't in the session, but his character was, and it should have been quite memorable, but it wasn't. Oh, Farley, it was a close call.
Just had to get everybody out.
But yeah, that's warning kobold tornado because somebody left markings behind stating such. Be careful. Don't go in. Danger. But yeah, that's what lies there. And as you continue moving forward past the kobold tornado room, over some rubble and debris, it's a little careful treading, but up ahead you see it. You see the door. The door that you remember leads into the base of the Gauntlight itself where that creature, Belcora, comes to mind. Farley, you know this is your destiny. This is where you want to be. Belcora. You defeated her once, but she escaped. To the rest of you, you're not sure what that means. Was that Belcora? I don't know. But do you proceed forward or otherwise? What do you do?
Before anybody goes in there, Farley will sort of like stand by the doorway and go, well, this is where destiny is ready to take us. I do have a spell prepared today that could be helpful for anybody that's a little bit more close combat oriented and wants a little boost to their defenses. So anybody wants to getting close with a creature, just let me know and I'll be able to cast that on you before you go into battle.
The door is open.
Ooh. Like all the way open or just like slightly cracked open?
I wouldn't say it's all the way open, but it's somebody's been through here.
May I take the seek action?
You can.
Okay, cool.
You can all take the seek action.
Where's my actions? Oh, I have to go in.
While they're looking around, I'm going to try to refocus.
Do you want this to be blind GM?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, so let's kill 10 more minutes of time. Boom. Okay. I like this little clock. We got a refocuser, and we've got a... where were you looking?
My direction was past the door into the room where that Belcora was.
Okay. Remember, you're a whisper elf. You have a 60-foot cone or something like that. 60-foot area. It's twice as big as normal. Oh, directly forward into the room, right?
Yeah.
Paying attention to the area straight in front of you. You see it. You see, just in the shadows of the torchlight. Well, you have low light vision. You can actually see quite clearly. There, you see the red pool of blood in front of you, where it was before, where it turned into that creature, the 8-foot tall woman, and attacked and killed your friend. Paying attention to it, you notice, you can see it. You swear you see it moving and bubbling, like it's alive. And again, this is in the shape and the size of a human, and it looks as fresh as if it was just, a body was just there. Now that could be seen by everybody in the torchlight. If you have low light vision or dark vision, you can see that. But Farley, you did see it actually moving. Only you saw that.
Okay.
So I take it you guys were here before?
Yeah.
Once or twice.
We lost a good member of our crew here. And Elias looks down at the exact spot where Newton fell.
Yep, it's right about the
Sorry to
spot.
hear that.
We
Let's
didn't
all
know
make sure
him
we don't
long.
share the same fate.
Farley, you don't hear this conversation going on around you. You're focused on what's in front of you. You see that pool of blood. All sounds around you are distant, getting distant and distant. You hear nothing. You only see that pool in front of you. And all of a sudden, in the back of your mind, you hear a familiar voice. You must destroy Belcora. Go!
I just whisper I just mutter under my breath. I know, Ronaldo.
Then what are you waiting for? Go!
Hold on.
Ramirez, you can definitely hear a conversation with Farley and nobody. Through all the other conversation going on. You can hear that. You can hear Farley mumbling to himself. He
I
mentioned...
look over at Farley and I
Go ahead.
got a puzzled look on my face saying, "Are you okay?"
Do I actually hear him say that? Or am I still focused on Ronaldo?
How are you saying it, Ramirez? Are you being quite forceful and trying to get his attention?
I say it under my breath.
Nah, you can't really hear him.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
But you notice that, Ramirez. He's in another world right now.
What do you think we should do?
We should go in and stick a torch in the blood.
I think he's talking to Ronaldo.
Yeah. I'm just random stuff at this point. Like,
Are you speaking this
Well, I
out loud?
yeah, it's still like muttering, but
Okay.
it's not like any in response to anything you guys are saying to me.
Okay. So everybody else around him, Ramirez, Elias, Valofor, you can hear the elf talking, and he seems like he's talking to himself. There's nobody he's looking at or anything, and you can hear him muttering. You can't tell what he's muttering. Ramirez can, but the others, you can't really tell what he's saying unless you want to stop and listen or converse with him. But go ahead, Farley. What did you say? Under your breath there?
So, do you think magic can't work on it, right?
You can't use magic, not like you did, no. But your friends, they have swords. Come, they will follow. Let us go. And you feel compelled to obey and move forward. Do you? Or do you resist? Destiny, it awaits. Come.
Farley would try to resist.
All right, give me a will save. This can be secret. Blind GM. I don't want to give anything away.
Oh, that just changes the marker.
You start to move forward into the room. You others, you all see this. Farley is beginning to move forward into the chamber. You can stop him if you like, but he's definitely making the move to get into the chamber.
Dane will raise his shield and follow.
Elias, Valofor, Ramirez, what do you do?
As will I.
Unto the breach,
Into the breach.
dear
Yeah,
friend.
Torch in hand, I'll be right behind.
All right. With that, you get about that far, and as soon as you enter and the light fills the chamber, you see what you see at the moment. There before you, you see the pool of blood you once saw before. It suddenly begins to make noise, the bubbling sound, and it begins to take shape. It begins to rise and get taller and taller and taller. And once again, you all recognize, except Zion and Valofor, and Ramirez. I don't think you were there. And Ramirez, you never seen this. You see this 8-foot tall humanoid shaped blood creature. It's all shaped of blood, and you can see the feminine face within. And hold on here. I'm gonna have to call for some checks here, you guys. You're going for it. This is it. It's time to take her on. At least that's what Farley thinks. What I'd like you to do, all of you, you see the image appear before you and manifest, and you see its mouth, its maw. It begins to enlarge and unhinge and become larger and larger, and you see this glowing blue light emanating from its mouth and its eyes. And I would like everybody, that's everybody, to make a fortitude save. This could be public. And tell me what you rolled, because I'm not looking at it.
15.
Oh my god. 27.
27.
$17.
What was this? Fortitude?
Mm-hmm.
You got a good streak going. I mean, a bad streak.
You okay?
I think I got a 5.
All right, let's start with you, Ramirez. You were the last one to roll. You got a 5?
I think so.
It says you have 8.
Oh,
Yeah, DC 20 or 1d20 plus 5. That's your savings through for fortitude. So you got your mod, and you rolled an 8. Starting with you, you are going to take. For one thing, you're blinded. All right.
Oh.
Give yourself the blinded condition. Right click on your token.
Well, our tokens aren't up.
Oh, all right. All right. Well, let me set this up then and get you guys out. Or we do this. So, for one thing, you're blinded, and you're also going to take 17 points of negative damage.
Ouch.
Is this from an attack?
You'll see.
Because if it's from an attack, I want to use my reaction.
I know. I'll give
If
it.
it's within 15 feet of me, of course.
I'll give it to you if it turns out that way. And what was it, Elias? You're
Okay.
behind Dane.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think Farley is in front of Dane.
Yeah, I'm leading the charge, I guess.
As you do.
You just yellowed into that one, Bubby. I'm gonna tell you that.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, behind Elias. Who's behind Elias? Valofor? I'm thinking you were behind
I'm in the-
Elias.
All right.
Is that good? I didn't write this
Yeah,
down.
it works.
Zion's back here. Farley Tell is in front of him. No, Farley Tell is actually leading. I forgot about that. And Ramirez. Ramirez is in the rear back here. And he just got blinded. He's furthest away. I can't see. What is happening? Do you still have a torch burning, Valofor? Or did you put?
No, I put that away.
All right, put that away.
I have mine out.
You do. And let me double check. Farley, good. Everybody's in marching order, and you got the lights out, and that's that. And starting with Ramirez. For one thing, you get the blinded condition. Right-click your token, go to your status, and find blinded, and click on it with your left mouse. All right. So there's that. Let me get rid of this torch.
Yeah, I'm not flat-footed anymore. You gotta take that off.
Okay, 1 second. Okay. Now, let me get back to this. Yeah, you got that negative damage. Take that. You're blinded for 1 round. All right, so make a note. For 1 round, you are blinded. And also, you're dazzled. You have the dazzled condition for 1 round. All right. So, till the end of your next round, you're going to be blinded, dazzled. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Let me make sure you got that on your token. I don't see anything on your token. I'll do it for you.
I can't seem to get it to work.
I'll do it. I'll do it. Let's see. Blinded is right here. And dazzled is right here. All right, and I'll take them off at the end of your next turn. For the moment, you're blinded, dazzled, and you took some damage, which you didn't take yet. So let me put that on you as well. You took 17 points of negative damage. I'll put that on you, Byron. -1, 7. So unless you have some kind of resistance to negative damage, you are now badly injured and looking bad. Does your token go black when I give you the blindness thing? Your line of sight? I don't think it does. That would be pretty brutal if his token went blind. Now you can see. All right. So technically you can't see anything. I'm gonna leave your vision intact, however. All right, Zion didn't roll yet. What did you get, Valofor? What was your savings roll?
27.
You take. I hear Jake. 8 points of negative damage as these beams of blue light pierce through your body and soul. You feel it just pull something of your essence from your body. Elias, what'd you get?
I got a 17.
Okay. 10 points of negative damage, and you are dazzled for a round. Ouch. Dane, what'd you get?
15.
You're also dazzled. And 13 points of negative damage as this light just pierces you. Farley, what did you get?
5.
20 points.
Jesus Christ.
20 points of negative damage is pulled from your the energy is pulled from your body, and you are blinded for a round and dazzled for a round.
Cool. Well, those don't apply to me because I'm unconscious.
Oh. Are you dead? Dying?
Yeah, I'm unconscious.
Put yourself at dying 2. Because that was a critical failure.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I need to go to my character sheet for that then.
So don't worry about being dazzled. Don't worry about being blinded because you're dying 2. You want me to do it for you, or I could just do it on your token if you want?
I'm trying to right now.
Oh, you're at dying 3. Let me, because we both
Yeah,
did.
there we go. There we go. I got it.
I'm not touching it.
Whew.
So you should be, yeah, there you go. Dying 2, unconscious, blinded, flat-footed, so on and so forth. Okay. And now everybody gets to roll initiative. Let me select everybody and put you in the combat tracker. One nice thing about this is I could select all the tokens and I could hit the combat status once and put everybody in there. Now, in this case, I'm not going to put whatever this is in the tracker. I'm going to leave you guys guessing, and instead I'm going to roll a dice and write this down and make a note.
Oh boy.
Where's my pen? All right. So, actually, you know what? I will put it in the combat tracker after all. Let me do that just so you guys will have some idea what's going on here. What's this? How do I add a participant? Let me see here. Bear with me. I think I got something here. Okay, let's see if I could drag this onto the map. I think I did this last time. Yeah, I did. The big teeth.
Yeah.
That'll work.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, and let's put that in the combat tracker. That'll work too. And roll initiative, brand new. Let's see if it. No, actually, it won't put the right initiative in, I don't think. No. But I know what it is, so let me manually put it in. Okay. Okay. All right. Then we'll start an encounter. It's the best way to describe it. And first up is this 8-foot tall blood. It's just made of blood. You've seen this before, Farley. Well, I shouldn't say anything to you. You're on the ground right now. But Dane, you have seen this before. Elias, once again, this creature has arisen before you. You remember fighting this creature. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 participants here. Valofor. The creature and these beams coming from its mouth and its eyes focusing on everyone in the group suddenly begin to fade. And instead, you suddenly, it locks its eyes on you. You could tell, even though it has no eyes, you could tell its head is just looking in your direction. And suddenly you feel something inside of you being pulled. I need you to make a fortitude save once again. You feel the very blood of your body being pulled from you. What'd you get?
12.
You take 12 points of bleed damage.
Can I use my reaction on that?
You can.
I would like to use my reaction. There it is.
It'll reduce it by 4 points. So
Yeah.
12 minus 4, 8. You're going to take 8 points of bleed damage. Just deduct 8 points, hit points. However, if I recall, that bleed damage is persistent, correct? Yes. Yeah. And what that means, is there anything else with liberating step that could help?
At the very bottom, it just says if they can move, the ally can step as a free action, even if they didn't need to like an escape and a grab. But
So he could move like 5 feet?
yeah,
If you want, Val, you could move 5 feet like left or right out of the sight of the creature. There is that. Or get cover from it. Otherwise, just hold your ground. You do gain that ability because of the hope and prayers put forth by Elias to
Nah.
Caden.
That's not. I'm going to stay there.
Okay. Now, at the end of your turn, you're going to roll a flat d20. You need to score a 15 or greater to stop the bleeding. You'll do that after you take another bleed damage roll. All right?
Okay.
All right, and it has. Oh, nope. Next is Dane. Dane, you've been here before.
I'm just badly hurt on the offset, but yeah, we've had this stroll a few times.
Are you dazzled?
Yeah.
Okay, at the end of your turn, that'll go away.
So I'm gonna move 10 feet up to be on the left side of this creature. And we're gonna see if we get any luck.
All right, so you're going to attack?
Yep.
All right, first, before you do so, all right, we'll take this roll. No, we won't take this roll because it's got a modifier. Give me a flat d20 because everything to you is concealed. You need to score a 5 or greater to be able to hit this thing at all. You got a 10. Now, the choice is yours. Do you want to take your previous roll or do you want to roll again? It's up to you. I don't mind either way.
I'll take the previous. That was pretty good.
All right, let's see what you got. 24. That's okay to me. And let's see if you hit. Armor class. You definitely hit. Roll your damage.
6 points of damage.
And it's what kind of damage?
Slashing.
You wail into it with your slashing attack, but your blade, for the most part, just whiffs and doesn't make contact. You don't seem to do as much damage as you thought you would have done with that blow.
He's gonna look over. Yep, Elias, we've been here.
Do you remember what you need to do?
Yep.
Elias lifts his torch.
Dane's gonna reach down to his pouch and pull out that little jug of oil. For my last action, I'm just gonna reach down to get this jug of oil ready.
Okay. Make a note of that. Next. Valofor, you are... What are your conditions? Anything?
Bleeding.
Bleeding? Okay. So first of all, go ahead and do your actions, and then you're going to take some damage, and then you're going to make that check to stop the bleeding. Okay.
And I will power attack it.
All right, you move through the room, pushing aside Elias. Hey! And you make your way on the flank. Well, all right, I won't say no more. You're actually in a flanking position, just so you know that. But,
What does that do? It counts as flat-footed?
it would count as flat-footed. But in this case, the creature pays absolutely no attention to you at all. Whatever that means. All right, so you moved. Now what?
Power attack. Costs 2 actions. I got a 23.
23. I don't know if you did the right modifier there. This is your first attack, right? But it counts as your second because it's a power attack. So it's actually a
18 then.
no, let me look at the modifiers it applied. It's not actually showing me them. No, it's just showing me the plus 10. So you're actually -5 on that. Or no. Yeah, you're -5 on that. This is actually a second attack penalty that you're attacking with because it's a power attack. So actually,
All right, so I got
an 18.
Yep.
All right, you got an 18. When you use this, the way to do it is number 1, you'll see a little button called Make Power Attack. Click that, and it'll have a red border. Do that first. The next thing you
I
do,
did.
listen to me. The next thing you do is you hit attack number 2. You don't hit the attack number 1.
Okay.
You hit the attack number 2 so that you get that -5 penalty because your attack, even if it's the first one,
Gotcha.
counts as that. All right. And when you roll damage, it'll automatically roll 2d12 with your weapon in this case because it's a power attack. You'll see that if you hit. All right, 18. That does not hit. Your blade just goes whoosh,
bad.
whoosh, whipping through without really making contact with it. And even then, it might not have damaged it much if it did. You have one more. Or no, you're done. That's it, right?
Well, I'm done.
All right. back again.
Scared us there.
Yeah, I thought that was it. Not playing again. I'm finished. Ramirez, all is blackness. Now, at the end of your turn, that's going to go away. The blindness and the dazzled conditions, you'll lose them. But you're up. Right now, you can't see anything to attack. You could fumble with your equipment. I'll let you change weapons or stuff, but you can't see anything. What does blinded
I'm going to
say?
move into cover.
Okay, go for it. What it says for blinded is treat all normal terrain as difficult. So basically 5 feet counts as 10. You critically fail perception checks that require you to be able to see, and you take a -4 status penalty to your perception checks. You are immune to all visual effects, however. Hey, there's a bright side to everything, right?
That's where I'm going to move for right now.
All right, you can do that. And is there anything else, like maybe switching equipment or anything else?
I'm going to drop my, as a free action, I'll drop my hand crossbow and pull my rapier.
Okay, you can do that. You are ready. Shing! And Elias, you hear behind you the shifting sounds of a rogue, and the unsheathing of a saber, which is familiar to you, is the sound of a rapier, something you're also quite proficient at. And with that, what do you do, Elias? Now, Ramirez, you can take away that blind condition. I'll do that for you. So I know you're having issues with that. While Elias takes his turn.
So when somebody is Farley Tell dying?
Yeah, he's dying too currently.
All right. If I use lay on hands, that gives him 6 hit points. What does that do? Does it just remove the dying condition because he's been granted hit points?
Yeah, that'll literally give him 6 hit points. Boom, he has 6 hit points. And I'll have to actually double check that. I'm not sure. I think that takes him from 0 to 6. And as soon as that happens, he loses the dying condition immediately. I'm pretty positive of that. That's magical healing. Yeah. It's like as if you dumped a potion down his neck.
But a little bit less harmful to his throat.
Right. And he's awake.
Farley,
He's
wake up.
awake with that. He's awake with that. So Farley, you're no longer dying 2. You are wounded 1. No, I'm sorry. You're wounded 2. I think you're wounded 2. And that's it. You're also prone and flat-footed as a result. I don't remember if he's wounded 2 because of this, because he went to dying 2 because of a critical. Does that mean he's wounded 2 if he recovers? Something like that.
It says you lose the dying condition automatically, but this is if you do your recovery check. I don't know if it's any different if you're healed, but you lose the condition and wake up if you have 1 hit point or more. Anytime you lose the dying condition, you gain the wounded 1 condition. And you gain the wounded 1 condition or increase your wounded condition value by 1 if you already have that condition. All right.
So he's just
I
wounded
think
1.
just got wounded 1.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, you know what that is, right? It just means if you go dying again, you're 1 worse, essentially.
Yeah.
All right, so you're not unconscious either. You're literally just prone and flat-footed. That's it.
Yep.
All right.
I can't revive the dead, but I can save you from dying, Farley. Come back. Come back to us.
Champions are cool. I like them. Very versatile.
And I'm also gonna throw an apology to Dane because he totally said he'd heal him next.
Wow.
I hope you understand, buddy. Gotta
I
heal the
think-
wizard.
I think battles are an exception.
Dane-
And with my
Dane says
final
nothing.
action,
He doesn't even look at you. Whatever.
the
Go ahead.
final action, I'll just take out my shield.
Okay,
I
that's
don't have
fine.
enough actions to raise it, but I take the shield out.
All right, you're good. And Farley tell. What? Wait a minute. You should actually be at the front or at the end. I think I'll put you at the front. Let me change your order in the combat sequence because you're actually, when you died, you should have put just one ahead of the one that killed you, essentially. So
I don't mean to interrupt, but also,
Yes.
Farley, since you are an ally, when I use my lay on hands, you also gain a +2 status bonus to your AC for 1 round.
Oh, cool. I will memorize that.
All right, and Zion is up next. He's cowering in the background. No, I don't know what's going on. I can't do this. And he rushes to the side here. Now, Farley, you're up. Hold on, let me get you up there. Bump. All right, you're up.
All right.
Well, you're not technically up, but you're up in initiative.
We're getting there, one step at a time.
One step at a time.
Cool. So I'm alive. Good start to my turn. I'm gonna snap awake. I'm gonna stand up, which is one action, correct?
Okay, before we go any further, hold that thought.
Oh,
Valoros. I can never remember your name. It's not Valoros. It's what is it, Jesse?
Valofor.
Valofor.
Valofor. Val. You need to take some bleed damage first. I forgot to apply that. So let's give you 8 points of bleed damage. So subtract 8 points. Uh-oh.
That takes me to 0.
All right. Let me put you at dying 1. All right, so now you're at dying 1. And that's all we need to concern ourselves with right now. I don't think the bleeding rule continues to apply, does it? When someone's dying? Or would it?
Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know the rules with bleeding, persistent damage,
Well, for
dying.
giggles, go ahead and roll a flat d20. You need a 15 to stop bleeding. I think actually it might continue to apply unless it says otherwise.
No, I got it.
Oh, you got it. So you stop bleeding. What I'm thinking is if he failed it, he would continue to take bleeding damage at the end of every one of his turns, which
I think you
means
might be right. Yeah.
which means
That
he
sounds right.
yeah, he's gonna go to dropping his dying even more. He'd be dead. He'd literally bleed to death.
Yeah.
All right. But you passed it. So you're no longer bleeding. You no longer take bleed damage. So if you right click your token, go to status or conditions. Remember that little exploding guy? Or, yeah, you did it. Excellent. I won't mark you as dead. All right, Farley, continue. I'm sorry.
All right. So I'm gonna stand up and remove the prone condition from myself.
Okay, one action.
Yep. And then I'm gonna use my other two actions to cast Shattering Gem on oh geez. Elias.
Huh. A large gem floats around the head of Elias. In an erratic pattern, the gem has 5 hit points. Each time a creature strikes Elias, Elias attempts a DC 11 flat check. On success, the gem blocks the attack. So the attack first damages the gem and then applies any remaining damage to the target. The gem is reduced to 0 hit points. It shatters immediately, dealing the creature that destroyed it 1d8 slashing damage. Basic reflex save. As long as that creature is within 10 feet of the target. Boy, there's a lot to that. So go ahead, Elias, and jot down some of the bullet points of that description.
That's a lot to remember.
Yeah, that's a lot of little spots there.
I can remember it for you, but basically, yeah. So, Farley is going to, as soon as like the lay on hands takes effect, Farley snaps back, yelling out, "Macy!" And then sees you in front of him and sees the blood creature right next to you, and immediately like reaches out to the hand that is applying lay on hands, and like sort of like that bro forearm grab reach.
I touched you and you touched me back.
Yeah, essentially like use to lift themselves up, and
Nice.
pulls out a small gem that they like flick with their thumb, and it begins to hover over you. It's like returning the favor.
All right.
Don't...
Hold that thought. Are you done with your turn?
Yeah.
All right. That's going to go right to the creature. And again, hold that thought because it's going to come into play here. The creature's up and it turns to gaze upon the champion of Caden. And it looks upon you, Elias. You need to make a fortitude save to resist the pull of your blood from your body. It's going to drain you. You can feel it. It's pulling. Go ahead.
I'm going to use my divine grace.
Oh boy, here we go. What is this?
I just get a +2 circumstance bonus to my save against a spell. Is this a spell? Can you? Well,
Is that what it says? Against a spell before you
it says
roll.
against a spell. So if it's not a spell, then I don't end up using the reaction, but I can roll a fortitude and you can apply the +2 if it's necessary, and then just tell me if I use the reaction or not, I guess.
Yeah, go ahead and just roll it.
Ooh.
I don't need it anyways.
Yeah, that
But-
was pretty good.
But I would have used it, like, so if it is a spell, it's still used for the purposes of my reaction being taken for this round. If it's not a spell, then I still have my reaction.
You take 5 points of bleed damage. Bleed, so it's persistent. As you
Okay.
feel the blood pulled from your flesh. Once again, you've experienced this before, or did you? I don't think you did. This is a new experience.
I think I have
Yeah?
experienced the bleed and
The pull.
the pull.
All right, so
You said 5?
5 points of bleed damage.
Alrighty.
Well, wouldn't that affect the
Well,
destroy?
that's
So
what we're going to look at now. Let's see how this affects it, if anything.
that means Elias needs to make a D20 roll and roll above 11. Well, 11 or better.
All right, wait a minute. This isn't an attack, and it's not a hit. Each time a creature strikes the target, which is not the case here,
Yeah, this is just a save, essentially. So
from an
this doesn't-
attack.
Oh,
A large gem floats
So-
above the target in erratic pattern. The gem has 5 hit points. Each time a creature strikes the target, that's Elias, the target, Elias, attempts a DC 11 flat check. On success, it's blocked, and so on and so forth, reducing damage. What else? Anything? It also gives you No, that's it. So it wouldn't apply because it wasn't an attack.
Yep.
This was an effect, you could say.
just for being in its presence, kind of thing.
Yet it looked at you, and just that alone, the pull, became a reality. Yeah, so, yeah, that wouldn't count. So, all right, so that didn't work there. Take note of that, Farley. At the back of your mind, you fool, don't use magic. And next, we have Dane. You're taking a beating, Dane. Once again, you've been here before for sure. You're flanking it with your newfound friend opposite you, this creature. It's staring in the direction of Elias, and you can hear Elias in pain as the blood is pulled from his body. Farley's casting these magical spells, and it seems like it's trying to protect Elias, but to no avail.
I'm gonna try to throw the oil. The ground beneath this thing.
All right, I'll let you do that as an action. You don't need to make an attack roll. You hit it. It's right in front of you. And you can shatter that area. So that's one action. Did you have it ready?
Yes.
Okay. You have 2 actions remaining.
I'm going to attack it.
Go for it.
First, he's going to yell out, "Somebody light the oil." "13.
13 is not going to do it. You have 1 more action.
Try it again.
Here we go. Dane's swinging wildly back and forth with his sword. An 18.
18.
It's not enough. You miss. That's your 3
For me, then.
actions. Yeah. Valofor, you are up. You're dying 1. Correct?
Correct.
All right. Well, let me move you in initiative. Don't do anything. I forgot to do that again. Whenever you die, you're moved in initiative order to right before the creature that killed you, which is going to be 43.1, we'll say. Oh, 1 second. It's not actually your turn.
Do I have to roll to recover?
Not yet. Your turn hasn't come around. All right. So
And hero points. Don't forget hero points.
now, the way you can use hero points in your situation when your turn comes around, if you have 1 or more hero points, you could spend them all to stabilize. You remove the dying condition and you're stable at 0 hit points. You're unconscious, you're prone, you're flat-footed, but you're stable. You're no longer dying. You'll also receive the wounded 1 condition. All right. A second way to use hero points is to make rerolls. So let's say you make a death roll. You need to score 11 or greater, or 10 or greater, plus your dying condition value. In your case, 1. So you need to roll 11 or higher. Let's say you roll a 5. Well, if you spend a hero point, you can re-roll that die and hopefully get higher than 11 or greater you need. You could use it that way too. But again, you could also fail a second time. That's the other way to use a hero point. So you think about that. And we're going to go to the next in the order here, which is not Dane. It is Ramirez in the back. You're no longer blind. You're getting your wits about yourself. You're in the shadows, but you see the torchlight coming out of the door ahead of you. You're getting your bearings. You see right across from you, you see Zion kind of cowering behind the wall there. He's not sure what's going on. You hear screams and panic inside the chamber. What do you do? Oh, your rapier is drawn as well.
I'm gonna go around the corner and attempt to attack the creature.
Okay, go ahead and move. That was 10 feet, or yeah, 15 feet because of a hard corner. So that's 10 feet. 10 feet.
Can't go any further.
Won't let you in the room?
No.
All right, let me do it. I could put you right.
Uh-oh, we all shifted.
Whoa.
Yeah, what's going on here? All right, nobody move.
I'll actually be right back.
It's getting late, but we're pushing on here. Yeah, what happened? Why did that get weird? It's like Ramirez had an aura around him, and he shifted everybody when he came in. Barley, you were right here in the front. Dane was on the opposite flank right here. And yeah, that was weird. So that was one action you took, Ramirez. You can move into the room and you can get into a position right where you're at with one stride. And you're now adjacent to the creature. You could attack from there with your rapier. So if you'd
Yeah,
like.
I'm gonna make 2 attacks.
Okay.
My first attack. $18.
18 is a miss. Very close. However you want to visualize that, because again, this is made up of a liquid. This creature, it's all blood, and you're whipping
Alright.
through it and stuff, and it you feel like it should be damaging it, but in this case, you just missed. 8. That is a miss as well. All right,
Those are my 2 attacks.
I got you. Elias, are you back? You're next.
Oh, I just got back.
Just in time.
Phew.
Did a little astral travel there, did you?
Okay, now what do I want to do? I have my torch in hand. Was Dane successful with the oil?
The oil. Yeah, it's smashed in front of him. It's right in, mixed in with the blood at the bottom base of this creature, which incidentally is about 7-8 foot tall. So it's a real tall creature in front of you.
All right, let's turn the heat up. I place the torch at the edge of the oil. Well, it's still in my hand, so I just ignite the oil.
All right, first action, ignite. How does that work, Dane? We were talking about this before. Put that in the chat or however you want to do it.
I believe he has to light the oil, and then I think we said it takes 1d6 flame damage.
Let me see if I could find it.
Yeah, you must succeed at a d10 flat check for the oil to ignite successfully when it hits. If it ignites, it takes 1d6 fire damage.
All right, go ahead and make a attack to see if you effectively make contact with the oil. It's not going to be too difficult, so go ahead and make that attack, just a melee attack.
Melee attack or okay. Unarmed strike or
Yeah, that'll work. It's the
All right.
same modifier.
it's the same. Yeah, exactly. That was a pathetic roll, but I guess it's just lighting something on fire.
You catch Ramirez on fire by accident. Whoopsie.
He's all the way over there.
Alright. 14, that's pretty good. You do ignite it. Okay, what happens next? You hit it.
I hit it, and so if I ignite the oil successfully, the target takes 1d6 fire damage.
Okay. Now, does it stay lit? Is it persistent or anything, or it's just that's it?
It doesn't say anything about persistent damage or
Okay.
if it stays lit, but I assume that if like every round you added more oil, it
Mhm.
might like keep it so you don't have to keep igniting it. That's your call.
1d6.
Yes,
Did you roll that?
not yet. I gotta find the dice, the square one. That is a d6.
Yes.
5. I got a 5. Good old fire damage.
Interesting. All right. All right, it briefly lights and the flames start licking up on this creature. You see it reel back just a little bit, and its attention is turned. Yeah, let me add the damage here. Okay. But it doesn't catch. But if you hit it again, I'll say it automatically ignites. If you throw down more oil into the flames, I'll say it's still burning until the end of the creature's turn, which is now. But the next turn. Or whoever did that. Elias's turn. We'll do it that way, just for now. Okay, and
It's a team effort. Dane's got the oil, I've got the torch.
yeah, that's true. And you're not done yet, right? You still have more actions.
Yeah, I have 2 actions. So I have my torch in hand as well as my shield, so I guess I'll use my torch to bonk it on the head.
Bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, some bludgeoning.
All right, go for it.
Um,
Second attack. Ah! Well, you got the torch. That could do flame damage again, couldn't it? Or no, you need oil on it. I'm sorry.
yeah, it would need more fuel. That's the case. Anyways, I got a 10.
10 is nothing. You almost hit Farley in the toes. He's just laying there. Or did he get up? No, he got up. All right.
And I'm wondering if raising my shield would even be worth it for this guy. You'd better off using my champion reactions, so I will.
Decisions.
I suppose forfeit my 3rd action. I can't quite think of anything, and I don't want to hold you guys up, so
All right.
next.
You're raising your shield? Or no?
Mm,
Come on.
I don't know if it'd be good towards it. I'll just raise the shield. Sure, why not?
All right,
If
be
I don't
safe.
use it, I don't use it.
All right, be safe. End of your turn. I believe you're taking bleed damage.
Oh yeah, so how much bleed damage did I take?
You took 9 points of bleed damage and then make a flat DC or a flat 20 check. You need to score 15 or greater for your body to stop the bleeding. Oh, nope.
Nope, I do not stop the bleeding.
All right, so you continue to suffer bleed damage. Next,
I'm also near death.
You are closing
but
in.
yes, I am closing in.
Elias or Farley, you're up next.
All right. So, would looking around the room and like analyzing it be an action?
That'd be a seek.
Yeah, okay. Well,
All right. Don't forget, once enough time goes by, you can use your recall knowledge to learn about this creature some more, which is probably the most useful thing you will ever do against a creature that you can't figure out.
yeah.
I mean, is it taking damage? Is it not? Is it immune to this attack? Is it, that's what recall knowledge checks are for. And I'll tell you what skill you would use if you want to attempt that. All right, you can do that. It takes an action. And all of you can do this.
Yeah.
That
I just want to feel of like how many actions, like what is, because there's a lot that I want to do right now. Um, so trying to like stop the bleeding on, well, I keep forgetting their name, Elias. Would that be like one action to like make a medicine check on them?
medicine check, I believe, is one action. I think you can't do that. It depends on what kind of a medicine check it is. If you want to treat wounds, that has to be done in exploration mode, unless you have the battle medic or whatever it's called, feat, where you can do it in encounter mode. So you couldn't do that. You can use it to stabilize during combats. You can use it that way. That's a medicine check.
Yeah.
And he's dying. He would need to be stabilized. You could do that with a medicine check, but you wouldn't heal anything.
All right. So Harley is gonna use their first action to try and recall knowledge. Just
Okay.
yeah.
All right. I've got a DC here. Let me think for a second. You can use religion, arcane, divine, occultism.
All right. So I can use Arcana or Occultism.
Mm-hmm.
All
Hey
right.
guys, I gotta go to bed. I'm sorry.
All right, Byron.
Sorry about that. I'll have to go.
That's okay. I'll fill you in on what happens. You take care, my friend.
Yes, sir. Y'all have a good
Yeah.
one.
Thanks for joining.
Good night.
Good night.
Go on,
I'm
buddy.
actually gonna follow and head to bed too. I got work tomorrow.
You do.
It's already 11:30.
Hold on.
All right. So have a good night, guys.
Have a good one.
See ya.
All right, Rachel, take care. See you again. Yeah, it was well past her bedtime by an hour.
Mhm.
All right, did you make it? Is that the roll? Arcana?
Yeah.
All right. Let me see here.
Go to sleep, bud.
This creature, you can tell, it wasn't clear at first, but you're positive it's absolutely immune to magic. And you remember that initially that you were doing some damage with it, but something's changed, and you can tell right away that this creature, by watching its magical properties and the way it functions and the way it's reacting around you, especially to magic, this creature's immune to magic. You have no clue what it is, whether it's a creature or something, you're not even sure, but magic has no effect on it. On that, you're sure.
Okay.
Why is there a 5 on the counter? What is that about? There's a 5 on the counter.
It took 5 points of burning damage. I don't know.
Let's finish your turn. Is there anything else, Farley? And then we'll have to see what we're gonna do next because it's running late for everybody.
Mhm.
You finish your turn.
So I'll try. Do I see like the oil burning like underneath it? I'm beginning to catch up flames.
Yeah, he shattered that little jar right in there, and it mixed in with the blood, and it was oily, and then when Elias hit it with the flame, it definitely went up, and the oil is all dissipated now. You'd have to do it again, but yeah, the flames did take a hold and damage the creature as it took notice and pulled away in pain. But the oil's gone now. You'd have to put another one down.
No, well, never mind. Then I don't have any oil canisters on me.
Dane came prepared. He was planning this. I hope he has more.
I've got one more left.
Oh boy.
Oh.
It's over.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna. God, I can't believe it's immune to magic. That really stinks butt.
Yeah. For a wizard. There's not much else you can do, right?
Nope. So Farley is going to reach into their bag and pull out one of the vials of unusual liquid, which I'm pretty sure we took to Ren and she identified it for us as potions of healing, but I need to double check my notes. I'm pretty sure that's true.
What is this in your equipment?
Yeah, it's in my equipment. It's labeled as unusual liquid, but I'm fairly certain I took it to Ren and she was like, "Oh yeah, those are just potions of healing."
You have 1, 2, 3 unusual liquids, and I don't remember telling you. I don't remember her telling you what they were. I don't remember that. Dane,
Yeah,
do you remember that?
Yeah, you were saying they were some sort of healing.
Yeah.
Well, so okay, I thought that was somebody else.
Well, all right. Let me demystify one such liquid. All right. Or no.
Oh.
What did I do there? Yeah. That one right there has been revealed to you by Rin. I don't know if that's legit or not, but I'll trust you guys. And it turns out it's actually an elixir of life, a minor elixir of life. That one you've had identified. And that one will heal 1d6 hit points and gain a +1 item bonus to saving throws against diseases and poisons for 10 minutes. The cool thing about this is you see where it says at the bottom of the description on your character sheet, effect, elixir of life, minor. I'm looking at your character sheet in inventory. Elixir of Life. If you
Yeah.
click the name, it'll describe it. If you see that little box there where it says Effect, Elixir of Life Minor, you could drag that to the guy drinking it, and it'll apply that +1 item bonus to savings throws for 10 minutes. It'll actually keep track of the time, too, that goes by. I think you can drag it. But, yeah,
Yeah.
that's what's identified. Elixir of Life Minor.
So Farley is going to pull that out and just have it in their hand, which I believe takes 2 actions, essentially.
It'll take you 1 action to pull out your backpack, if that's where they are.
Yeah.
It actually isn't it.
And-
You got it under consumables. Where the hell do you have it? Well, you only have a backpack, so I'm assuming that's where they are. And then a second one to retrieve it. So it'll take 2 actions to retrieve it, and it'll be in your hand and ready to go.
Okay, so that's 2. And did the Recall Knowledge use an action?
Yes.
Okay, so that's my whole turn then.
All right. And the potion is in hand and ready to go. Valofor, you've finally come to this stage. Now you have a choice. Use all your hero points, you have 2 of them, and stabilize immediately. Or take the chance and make a saving throw, a flat d20 roll. You need to roll, in this case, an 11 or greater. If you're successful, you lose 1 level of dying, which will, in effect, stabilize you. Because you only have dying 1.
So I'll stabilize if I use a hero point.
No, all
Or
your hero
risk it.
points. Let me rephrase it.
Hmm.
You have to spend all your hero points that you have to stabilize instantly. Or spend 1 hero point to re-roll a failed save. A death save. You need to roll
I'll
a d
roll it.
you need to roll a d20. You need to score an 11 or better. All right, go for it. I hear Jake in the background.
Hold on, bud.
Here it is. 11! You just made it. All right. The effect of that is that your dying 1 is reduced to dying 0, which is you're no longer dying. You're just prone and unconscious and thus flat-footed. So you're good. You're done. Your turn is over. You are unconscious laying there, but you're no longer dying. You're safe from that. And this, whatever it is up next. Now we need to decide, do you guys want to keep pushing and finish this? Or do you want to say, you know what, let's take a break and we'll pick up with this either, well, probably Sunday, if you want to wait that long. I'm going to leave that to you guys. It's up to you at this point.
Well, my son has to go to bed here,
Mm-hmm.
so I kind of have to go.
All right. Do you want to do that, you guys? Do you want to put it off, or do you want to push it a little and see how far you can take it and then maybe call it off later, or maybe win against this thing? It's pretty straightforward what you guys are going to do. I hope nobody dies when they're not here.
Yeah, I don't think me and Farley can take it on our own.
All right, we'll pause it here. And with that, hold on. Let me conclude the session. Folks, we'll see you back next Sunday, episode 9. Till next time, you guys hang in there. Everybody say goodbye.
All right, good night, guys. Good game.
Oh,
Hopefully we survive.
GG, easy. GG.
Good night, my friends. Be safe, have fun, and remember, keep your shields up.
we'll be back next week.